Sing on. Are we working? Are we live? Je suis désolé gets me every time. Cat. So good turnout tonight, right? I never know how the episodes are going to do. I like the edit on this one. Or what's going on in the chat? Hey, Patrick. Joe Pucci, yep. Tim Klaba here is good. Thanks for that, Edward Peacock. I'm sorry, we're going to do it all night, Peacock. Peacock. But he's a good sport about it. Winged Spider, dropping good plugs as always. Amphibious One, loud and clear. The cats are here. Redhead's here. Hey, Redhead. Trick Shots, hello from Singapore. Hello. Melissa's wondering why I look so young today. I don't know. I have a different light in here. If it's making me look younger, then we're going to keep the light. We are going to keep it. It's actually turned on the yellow side. You know how you could change the temperature? So I turned it all the way yellow. So I'm going to leave it yellow. Small town, hi from Virginia. Sean Prather was up. David Drainsfield's looking for Hecklefish. He's back there. The star bit was hilarious. It's there. Some of the bits and sketches that go in there really make me laugh, and that one just really made me laugh. And I'm always disappointed when they don't work. When people don't think they're funny. Now the fake Mr. Ballin is dropping super chats. Okay, look. So for channels that have like over 100,000 subscribers, you can get verified. So that's the little check mark next to your name, and that's so the audience knows who's real. So like if you see me in the comments asking you to join my Telegram because you won something, there's no check next. That's not me. So this Mr. Ballin, and I appreciate the super chats all night long. And I don't mind the name even. I just want to make sure that people don't think it's really John Allen. No check mark. No check mark, no Johnny. Chris Continuum, I used the find your lack of faith disturbing line the other day. How does that come up in real life? That's badass. Jammer327, new Patreon member here. Huge fan of the show. Thanks. If you'd like to support your favorite YouTube channel or the Y-Files, Patreon's a great way to do it. And there are perks. And the perks are growing. Like before we do the live premiere, I do a private Q&A for just Patreon members. So instead of it being chaos like this, there was, 22, 23 people in there today. And you can ask whatever you want. Today, we talked about the Hudson Valley UFOs. We talked about Az Lachey's father, who was a serial killer. I don't think he was. He had the same name and job and city, but he definitely wasn't the serial killer. Az Lachey. So if Patreon members can do that, and for the upper levels, we're going to start doing private live streams for the upper levels. We're just not up to there yet. Gerald Shern, huge fan. This is my first live. Welcome to the Madhouse. We need a Netflix series. I don't think Netflix pays that well, but they haven't called. they haven't called yet. Melissa Garris, damn, I need to join Patreon. You better join it. And there will be, I mean, it's obnoxious to say, but I'm going to tell you anyway, 'cause it's just us. We got a box of 8x10s in today that look great. So Patreon members are going to get Hecklefish signed autographs. You know, he's just trying to figure out how to get the Sharpie in between the fins, you know, the flippers. Once he gets that solved, then those are going to go out. Big Daddy PD, bravo on the Star Wars skit. Thanks, Big Daddy. Thalia, did your keyboard survive last week's accident? Wow, I forgot about that. I think it did survive. We have some residual stains, which is I just don't like the way that phrase came out. That residual stains. I just don't like the way it came out, and I'm just going to move on from that. What's Patreon? Brighter design 69. What's Patreon? 69 giggity. If you don't know what Patreon is, you wouldn't understand. Tanner Elton, where's the fish? He's back there. Becky Jackson, this is my second live. First one was the Y last week. You guys are the best. Well, thank you. Second live, 2 in a row. I was hoping that we would come close to the live premiere record tonight because Tesla and its explosions, but we didn't come close. We didn't even come close to it. So look, the Y-Files, we had a great run, and that's it. That's the gravy train is over. So I appreciate everyone coming out, and that's we're up the air. All right, see some suggestions coming in for topic ideas. Remember to, yeah, I see it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Send us over the tip line.
So if you have topic ideas, send them to theyfiles.com/tips. Yeah, I mean, you could super chat them. That's fine, but I'm not going to remember. And Jen's down there. She'll probably write them down. I wouldn't count on that. So the tips line is the best way to do that. MC, great episode, entertaining, informative, and insightful as always. Y-Files has become our family's fireside chat. Well, that's really nice. Is there anyone, I'm just curious, is anyone watching on Twitch or Twitter or just all on Facebook? Pixie Dusted, hey there yourself. James J, we all had stains. Hey, man, it happens to the best of us. Ultra Groove 1, echoing the giggity. You know what's going on. Billy Owens, I tried, but I didn't get a response back. When you submit something on the tips line, which is it's just a Google form, so you won't get a response from that. The only response you'll get is suddenly your suggestion will just show up as an episode, like tonight's was. Tonight's was came from someone over the tips line. Oh no, my stomach's growling already. Oh no, I thought I timed that frozen dinner properly. It's gonna have to be an early Applebee's night. Wayne Apparent, that was surprising, but still you're at 1.6 million subscribers, which is nothing to sneeze at. No, I look, Wayne, I don't know if you saw the New Year's episode, the Thanks a Million episode, but I was sincere at every word I said, which, I mean, I've talked about a self-deprecating video. I mean, it was a hard one to release, but I can't believe that the channel is here. You know, it happened so fast that it hasn't sunk in yet where we are. You know, when I look at channels that I follow and watch religiously and have for years, it's like, oh, the Y-Files is bigger than that, bigger than that, bigger than that, bigger than that. So it's very strange. I haven't adjusted yet to it. Maybe it's because the community is still mostly the same folks. You know, Victoria's been here for a long time. Always got something pithy to say. So the community's been pretty much the same. So the channel feels like the same. Project Victimhood need an X-rated Hecklefish channel. I don't know. That's you know, I'm not here to kink shame anybody. You know, I'm gonna go grab Mr. Naughty in a second. But if goldfish is your thing, you might want to take a look at that. You may want to take a long look at yourself. Bill Leslie, eat more possum. I don't know what that means. It sounds filthy. Sal saying hi to Victoria. Israel Kresnik, OnlyFins. Yes. Militia Ready, see you on Rumble. And, you know, I'm a fan of Rumble. We have a Rumble channel, and all our videos go over there automatically. I've talked to the guys over there. They're awesome. But when I think of Rumble and I think of a username, Militia Ready is right at the top of the list. Militia Ready, that's a Rumble Watchers username. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Trey Hall, is it weird that I was watching an episode, then saw a live? That is kind of weird, but that's, you know, that's the simulation at work. Hecklefish on Alex Jones when? Does Alex Jones still have his show? I don't follow him that closely, but I think he's run into a couple of speed bumps with his career. Mr. Buddington still hiring? Yeah. Go to theyfiles.com and look for the jobs link. Always looking for writers, researchers, all kinds of help. And some of it is paid. Most of it isn't, but some of it is. Keith Cunningham, hit that like button, peeps. Yeah, I mean, we had 20,000 people in the live stream and something like 2,000 likes. The algorithm's going to hate that. This video is it's going to bomb, isn't it? It's going to bomb. But this is the YouTuber personality, by the way. We just assume everything that we release is garbage. Group Lean, you are seriously the best broadcast on YouTube. I appreciate that. But like I'm saying, I completely disagree, but I'm glad that you think so. Commander, thank you, and thank you for your support tonight. I appreciate that. Cody Duncan, dude, I'm a huge fan of your style of journalism. You, sir, are one of the only left. I don't consider myself a journalist, Cody. Maybe because journalist is such a dirty word. Like, who wants to be a journalist? Right? Is there any worse person? But I try to tell the truth when I can. You know, some of the stories I can't debunk them, I can't explain them, but I try to tell the truth whenever I can. I'm struggling with this week's episode because the best part of the story, like the great part of the story, the part of the story that's going to get people to watch it, you know, I can already see the thumbnail. I'll just tell you because it's just us. It's about Atlantis. And Atlantis is good for clicks. But it took a few days of digging, and it's completely nonsense. The whole story is just complete. It's just complete nonsense. So I'm struggling with, do I even include that as part of the video? Because there's a lot more content to the story. I don't want to spoil it because it's not written yet. So I don't want to spoil it. But there's a lot more to the story. But the interesting part is the Atlantis bit. But it's so outrageously fake that I almost feel like it's clickbait. And I hate those YouTube videos with a passion. You know, do this one thing to live an extra 40 years. You won't believe what she said. Watch the end. You know, the thumbnails. I can't do it. All right, should we get to some super chats? Are we warmed up? So Steamboat, thank you for the $5. Tell the fish I appreciate his work. He's watching. And, well, here's Big Paul to kick it off with $100.
Human, I want you to know I said human. Thank you for all the dough. Tipping, as I'm sure you will find, always is a good time. It's fun to tip the F-I-S-H. It's fun to tip the F-I-S-H.
You know, that one goes on for a while, so I figured let's get that one out of the way. Because the worst is when we get toward the end of the stream and I'm getting tired, and then he wants to go on with like his "Wish Upon a Star" song. It's about an hour long. Paul says, another episode where I was familiar with the topic but still managed to learn something new. Love it. That's the biggest compliment I can get. Honestly, it's a story that you know, but I brought something new to the table. All right, the chair's a little wobbly, so don't troll me. That, you know, AJ, it looks like your balance is off, so you may have, you know, inner ear cancer. You may want to get your bones looked at, your anvil and your stirrup, whatever the bones are in. You know what I'm talking about. Don't troll me. D-Sync D, thank you for $5, and thank you for supporting during the stream. I really appreciate that. The Lizard People wanted me to say that they love your channel. He doesn't want to hear that, man. I have a Lizard People story that I want to do. I want to do it right away, and I'm struggling with how it's going to go over because he's just going to go bananas, right? And he's Hecklefish is he's a spice that's best used gently, right? Like even tonight, he had a lot going on tonight, but I think he was cool. I mean, the Star Wars bit I thought was funny. The Lizard People argument about the dinosaurs I thought was funny. And yeah, he had a few zingers tonight, but that's about the max that we can do with him. But people will still say they want more Hecklefish, but we can't do the Hecklefish show. Did you guys stick around for the commercial? I hope you watched the spot. Dynamite, thank you for $5. I thought for sure a tie into 0 Point Energy was going to come up for a second. It was there, Dynamite, but there's already a lot going on, right? Because in my opinion, the Tunguska event was an airburst of a meteor. It had nothing to do with Tesla. But all that stuff that I told you really happened with Admiral Peary and all of that. That was all true, but I don't think Tesla had anything to do with it. It's just a great theory. So I didn't want to go too far down that rabbit hole with the 0 Point Energy because as I'm writing it, I'm not really into that part of the story. Like, I don't really believe that part of the story. So I don't want to go further and further and further. But I do think we can do a whole episode on 0 Point, specifically Tesla stuff. There's Tiftastic. Task. Is that how I say it? Tiftastic. Tiftast. Oh, like fantastic. I got a $4.99. This one's for Hecklefish. Oh, he appreciates that. Cashbringer, $5. Love today's show. Keep it up. I'm glad you liked it. All right. I'm going to try. I'm trying to look. I'm just looking for the. I'm looking for the main chat on this video, so I could see what's going on, what you guys are talking about. Click there we are. Mute. Who's the lovely young woman that is not your wife? Oh, that would probably be Victoria.
Me?
No, not you. Not you. That's Victoria. That's Jen, and that's Gina. Is that right? I mean, how did Alice get all the boxes right? Remember?
Because she was always in the middle.
Oh, I'm gonna need these. Here you go. Yeah. Now I hear you. Yeah. What? I had the headphones off. I missed it.
It was a great joke too.
All right, I missed it. Missed the joke. Enough is enough. Says AJ's dating Heckle's daughter. I don't even know if he has a daughter, but even if he did, I'm pretty taken. Hacks are one Brady Bunch time. Tom D says, and there she goes. Tom D must be a regular watcher of the live stream. There she goes. Steven Zwolinski. Happy birthday, Corlin. Is it Carolyn? You think it's Carolyn or do you think it's Corlin?
Corlin.
You think it's Corlin?
Mm-hmm.
Well, go ahead and sing happy birthday to her. You know what, Victoria? Go ahead.
It is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey!
That's all right. So Carolyn having her birthday at an online Fridays is what that felt like. So happy birthday, Carolyn. Happy birthday. Scott F., thank you for $20. How did I not see it before? Dark Lord Hecklefish. He's a fish that he is. He's a Sith Lord. And now that has to be part of the thing, right? Now that we learned that about him, it's got to be part of the thing. Oh, no. No, that's the end. I'm being flagged.
In
flagged
the
down.
chat, somebody asked for a Heckle Sith t-shirt. So now I have to do that, right?
You have to do a Heckle Sith t-shirt.
Yep.
We may need help designing that. If anyone out there can design something. And we got a couple of good designs came in this week for t-shirts. A very good Illuminati shirt design came in.
And somebody said Fin Fatale, which I thought was
it's pretty good.
Very funny.
I'd like something that says, please join my OnlyFins, and maybe like put a bikini on his bowl. Something like that. Right? Something spicy.
Yeah. Yes.
I have other ideas about that, but I know there's kids watch this, so
Yes.
All right. Always pithy. Mike Willis, thank you for $20. Wow. Can everyone shout out my wife Angela? No. Nope. Sorry. All right. I'm joking, of course. Of course, Angela. Hi. She's a huge fan. Would like some Hecklefish earrings. And you know what? I was looking into it, but I got distracted. Like Wi-Fi's cufflinks with just the logo on there. I can use something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Would that be fun?
Mm-hmm. Earrings. I would love just like a Wi-Fi's pendant.
Like a charm. Like a charm.
Yes. A charm. I don't know that accent, but By the way, if
our
you make
charm.
rude comments in the chats,
There's what?
we'll just block
What do
you.
you? Oh, are they being rude in the chat?
There was a guy that was rude. I blocked him.
I thought you have to be a subscriber to chat.
You do.
Oh, well, I don't even if you're rude, I don't know what the ladies do. But here's what I do. I ban you from the channel forever.
It was a
Like,
crude comment.
right, I know. So the other mods, they'll probably do like a timeout or something like that. But no, yeah, you're just gone forever. I'm sorry, because if you're that awful once, you're clearly that awful frequently. So
Yeah, if you make crude comments about what AJ and I do at home, I'm gonna just kick you off the channel.
but if you have some ideas, go ahead and email those over. Edward Peacock the third, 1999, joining Zing, joining the Patreon. Thinking of a Hecklefish voicemail, outgoing message, destroying my name might be in order. Great chat tonight. Thanks, Edward Peacock. Hecklefish would love to do a voicemail for you. If you email me, he'll definitely do that. And Stefan, and thank you for phonetically writing Steph from Hack You Rocks Radio, because I'm going to get it wrong every single time. Thank you for the $5 Canadian.
Ooh, I like the way you tip me. No diggities. Just tip me up.
Awesome video again. Funny and interesting. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Steph. William Chaw for $5 watching with the 5-day-old son, starting him early. Nice. Nicely done. 5 days old. Wow. I mean, they're still sticky then, right? I don't know.
Or mug, doesn't matter.
Right?
They're always
No.
sticky.
See, they're always sticky. Kids are always sticky. And how do children have that cough, like the throat cancer cough? Right?
They're always sticky, and when they're little, they just always have this big wet patch on the front of their shirts from just constantly drooling.
Every picture of me and Gino has the wet patch, and usually there's chunks of food from.
And Gino always has a Band-Aid somewhere on his face or head. Where
he does have that Band-Aid, and you know what? He had it coming. Matthew Moeller, thank you for the $10.
Heyo, making it rain over here.
Making it rain. Doom to the cat crab. Free the hecklefish. I think he means crab cat. Fear the crab cat. I'll put that in the chat. Here. It's because the mic is in the way. I can type better than that. I've been typing since before you were born, believe me. The Monarch, $4.99. Good stuff as always. Thanks, Monarch. What is that icon? Is that a cat? Is that a cat or it's a cat? Okay, I can't tell because they're super small on my screen. So sometimes, and I don't know why when I can't recognize what the image is, my mind goes to the worst possible scenario, like either something filthy or something. You know, I was going to say a word, but I can't say the word. Something not pleasant. It's never what I think it is. But there's Monster Mania $4.99. If you consider doing an episode about demonic possession, I've touched on it a little bit. You know, that's one that I'm starting to come around to because I wasn't really into possession or exorcisms. I really didn't buy into any of it. But then I started researching it a little bit for an episode, and I was like, if the Pope is into it, then maybe I should take another look. I still think it's probably schizophrenia or psychosis, but that being said, there are some good ones out there. I think it was the video on the Warrens. It might have been on the Warrens. I covered a couple of demonic possession. I think it was that episode. We covered like the real life story of The Conjuring. I debunked that one. I actually debunked all of them. Maybe don't watch it. David Butler, $4.99. Hecklefish's tiny at the very end was comedy gold. Yeah. And David and I have the same sense of humor. It's April, May, June. throwing $1 into the till. Thank you, April, May, June. That's not her real name, is it? The girls, one says no, the other says, I think it might be. They're down there. You can't see them. I can see everyone who's there. It's like a lobby. So I can see Victoria, but her framing of her camera is like, so she's like here, right? She now she's rolling her eyes, but she's fixing it. There you go. All right, that's good. And she gave me that. And then I see Jen over there. She's framed very nicely. And then there's Gino. He's so it's
doing Gino.
Well, look how nice the ladies look tonight, huh? Actually, don't comment on that in the chat. Don't. That's risky. I mean, you can try it. It's risky.
It's not risky. You can say nice things. Just don't be disgusting, crude people about it.
Okay.
Hey, Scott. Hey, James. I see you.
Scott and James getting shout outs. Daniel Scurry. Please give more thought to the Spanish ship in the desert. Numerous searches were done. One claimed to have found it. Lots of people have claimed to have found that one. It's a great story. That's one. I'm assuming you heard me talk about this in a live stream. I'm trying to work it in to some other, because it's not enough. I don't think it's enough to carry a whole episode. It's more like it's because it's more of a story. There's no visuals on it. So it's just going to be telling the story. I don't think that's enough to carry an episode. But what Daniel's talking about is an alleged Spanish galleon or a large Spanish ship that was found in the Mojave Desert by lots of people that allegedly is full or was full of treasure, specifically black pearls. And I don't know, Daniel, do I tell the story now or am I spoiling it? The Jen says, I don't know. So Daniel, if someone has claimed to have found it, email me who that is, because I'd like to read that. So it'd be a fun story to do because I believe that I have figured out how the ship got there, like legitimately scientifically. So that could be fun to do because that's one of those stories that even though no one has a picture of it, wouldn't that be great? If there was a photo, even though that's not there, we can't fully debunk it because we can explain how a ship could get into the Mojave Desert. So yeah, I spent a lot of time researching it. It's a great story. Mr. Ballin's back. You should tell stories from this channel. See who told it better. Mr. Ballin always tells a better story. You know how I could tell? Check the subs. Demonic Hordes is back. Thank you for the $10.
There you go. Guppy needs a new pair of shoes.
There's a documentary from 2012 that is about them Black Eyed Kids. Do it every week. Every week, the Black Eyed Kids. So let's see. Oh no, I'm trying to get the screen share up. No, that's the giveaway. We're gonna do giveaways tonight. I'm looking down at the producers. Yeah, they're nodding. We're gonna give some stuff away. Right, that's the chat. Hang on, just give me a second. Don't be so impatient. It's see, yes, I just had to hit the button. All right, so is it Black Eyed Kids or is it Black Eyed Children? Documentary, 2012. Black Eyed Children, Legend of the Black Eyed Children. Is Demonic Hordes? Is he responding in the chat? Where are you? Is this it? No, that's your story. Don't Let Them In on PBS. PBS doing something interesting. Well, a clock is right twice a day. Terrifying Encounters. I don't see it. Demonic Hordes, but I definitely want to check that out. And look, I'm not against that story. Again, it's like the ship in the desert. There's zero evidence of it. So it's just me telling this is what people say happened. It's just, this is what she said happened to her. Well, how do we know she's telling the truth? Nobody knows. She just said it. So it's just, I don't know if that's enough. And when I say I don't know if that's enough, I mean, I don't know. If if that's enough for you. Like you might be sitting there at home right now going, "It's enough. I just say it. Just tell the story." You might be doing that. And if that's how you feel, I'd like to know that. If I could just riff a story to you without any evidence or debunking at all, and that would be cool. I mean, like that other guy who rhymes with Mr. Wallen. I mean, if I could just say words and you'll watch it, I'll do that. You see what I did there, right?
I did.
Jesse Hicks, thank you to the $4.99. Dippin or Dipin says hi from India. Dippin. There's Wolfpack, $2. Tunguska infomercial 20 years ago. Mandela effect. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd like to see that. An infomercial 20 years ago. The tint in these glasses really shows through in the live stream, and that's kind of annoying. It's kind of like a Tony Stark wannabe, and that's not my intention. These are like Amazon 2 for $5 readers, and make fun all you want, youngsters, because it's coming for all of you, all of you. Where's Dave? There he is. $2, $60K an hour is a solid rate. Proud of you, son. What's he talking about? 60,000 an hour. What is he talking about?
I guess the video's done 60,000 so far since you put it up. Maybe that's what he's talking about. It's done 83,000 so far.
Oh, I was just gonna check. It's the 83,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
good.
if that's good. I don't know.
Middle. It's
middle.
It's exact middle.
5.
Yeah.
5. I guess that's fine. What Jen's talking about is when you release a video on the YouTube, the creator dashboard, you can see how it's doing as compared to other videos at that particular time. So like when this video is up for 6 hours, we can go on the dashboard and it will say, well, compared to other videos that were out for 6 hours, this is how yours is doing. So for like 3 or 4 in a row, we had just number ones. We were just knocking them dead. And the last few have been 5s and 6s. So if it's a 5, I guess I can live with that, middle of the pack. If it goes below that, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to panic. You know how I am. I'm very insecure. Here she's waving me, she's flagging me down.
It just compares it to other videos we've put out. The way you were describing
2 questions. A, what are you smoking? And 2, can I have some?
Right. She means out compared to our videos, not all videos in the what?
Well, that's
what?
how you described it.
You see what I have to deal with? You see. Justin Weber, $9.99. First time, long time. Good to see you, Justin. I love those like little radio shout outs. There's Christina Hinks. I don't know why I like that name. Could you please say hi to my son, Peyton? Yo, Peyton! He's 6 and he loves you and the fish. Love from Chicago. Yo, Peyton! Where you at? Say hi to Peyton, would you?
Hi, Peyton.
Would you say hi to Peyton?
Hi, Peyton.
Kindly. I'm trying to unmute you. Oh, he's
Hey,
muted.
Peyton.
There you go. The whole crew. Peyton, 6 years old, and Christina, I don't know why you let a 6-year-old watch this program. I mean, I'm glad you do. I'm glad that kids watch. I don't know. I would never let a 6-year-old watch this channel, but you know, I've honestly, right? You agree, right? Yes, Victoria agrees. So, and because over time I've learned that kids are watching, I've actually toned down what I'm doing. Also, you know, getting demonetized also has motivated that as well. But I've toned down some of the stuff because now when I'm writing it, it's like, kids are watching. I can't make that joke or, she wants to talk again.
They don't catch it though. Jake used to watch Lord of the Rings when he was 2. He just called it the Frodo movie because he just loved all of the stuff. Like, they don't catch the dirty jokes. To ask any parent that's had to watch a Disney film 45,000 times.
Right, but Jake was on the slow side. So, I mean, Peyton could be sharper. Peyton's probably a little sharper than Jake was. But I know what she's talking about. Like, when you watch Bugs Bunny cartoons, actually, really, most cartoons, there's stuff in there that when you watch them as an adult, you're like, wow, I didn't know they were making a joke about. See, I want to say it. There's Casey Olson. Thank you for the $20. Tesla was ahead of our time. He really was. I mean, I don't know. We sure could use another one of those, but I don't know if we get one. You know, who would even compare since him? Tell me in the chat. I'm watching. Who would compare? Whoa, the chat goes fast, huh? Okay. Hugo Kelso wants to know if Jake watches. I don't think Jake watches this channel, right?
Yeah, he does, but he's 22 now, so
Ay,
different.
it's me, oh my caramba. JPack 30UP, Elon Musk is not I know everyone's saying Elon, but he's not our Tesla. And look, Elon is a guy that has changed the world. You can love him or hate him, and the fact that he's a political figure now is annoying because everybody thought he was amazing before, and now only half the people do. But he's changed the world, right? Now every car company you have to have electric cars. But Tesla made the things. You know, Elon doesn't make anything. What would have been ideal is Tesla teaming up with Elon, right? Because Tesla was a terrible businessman. I mean, he was the worst. He died broke. Everything we touch connects to him, and he died broke. You know, he couldn't get along with Edison. He couldn't get along with Marconi. We were taught in school that Marconi invented the radio. He didn't invent it. Tesla was denied the radio patent for politics because he couldn't do it. He just was interested in just tinkering with stuff. He didn't care. That's why he was begging JP Morgan constantly for money. But Elon can't. He needs those guys. Elon has never built anything, hands-on. He builds businesses. That's also very difficult to do, and that's a real talent. And nobody does it better than Elon does. How do I know that? Because I look at the market cap. It's not political. Nobody builds businesses like Steve Jobs does. How do I know that? I look at the market cap. So that's the team up. Bigelow Aerospace, he doesn't have to beg go. Elon is very successful snake oil salesman. I disagree. There's no snake oil. I mean, Gino drives a Tesla. He likes it. I would get one. I can't afford. I don't make Gino's kind of money. I'd like to get one. Oh, Shadow Jedi, 1999. Thank you for that.
Ooh, $5 more and you get a private dance.
Oh, you're definitely going to want to stick around for that. Continuing the continuation from last week's continuation about the 3-part hour-length 0-point energy videos. This is quite a setup, but I'm with you. When should we be expecting them exactly? Last week you were pretty elusive. Your fans deserve answers. AJ! 2 exclamation points. Yeah, I don't know. See that? See, if you're going to be dismissive to me, I just give it right back to you. I'm joking, of course. The reason that I was elusive, I'm not here to correct your spelling. That's not my job. I'm here to answer your question. The reason I was elusive is because I don't know. I know what next week's episode is because I'm writing it now. I don't know what's happening the week after that. Actually, Jed might know. Now, don't tell them what the topic is, but do we know what comes next week?
Yes.
Okay, so we know what's next week, and you don't like it when I drop you down off the stream. You don't like it, huh?
Not in the middle of a sentence.
I know, but that's when it's the funniest.
I know people love it.
Okay.
I know probably the next 12 episodes at this point.
What?
I know, right?
What? Why is she cabbage patching down there?
We've been working.
We've been working.
We know the next 12. I wasn't involved in any of those conversations, which is fine. Actually, that's fine.
Tips line.
The tips line has the good stuff. So is 0 one of those? It doesn't have to be really. I'm not ready for it. Okay, so
It's not because I know it has to be a big one.
That's going to be a big one. All right. With your permission, I will take you off the stream now.
Yes, but one thing.
Of course.
People were asking, a bunch of people asked who Jake was. Jake's our son, just so you guys know. Now you can take me off.
Oh, now I may take her off. Isn't that nice? Cindy Greer, thank you for the $9.99. Great show. Oh, thank you.
Ooh, mamacita. Thanks for the tip, human.
Fascinating and frightening at the same time. That's my favorite kind. Hecklefish on the Run was hilarious. I'm glad you thought so. I hope the client thinks so. Private internet access. I think they were. I mean, they said they were going to watch the premiere tonight, so I think they were. I mean, Mr. Private Internet, he wasn't watching. Whoever that is, it was a marketing guy. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but you're very nice. So I hope it does. I hope it does well, because we can use a couple of sponsors. Because remember, I don't make Gino's kind of money. I can't drive a Tesla. There he goes. Because I don't play poker. I don't have that kind of hustle. Francis Garcia's here. $5. The best life. Immersion and mysteries. A hot wife. A hilarious sidekick. How about an Epstein episode and put it on a platform that'll allow it? I'd like to do that, Francis Garcia. Rumble would allow it. So I talked to the Rumble guys, who Rumble promoted the Wi-Files a couple of weeks ago, which was very nice of them. And I didn't know they were going to do that. And suddenly the Wi-Files had a bunch of new subscribers or followers, whatever they're called. So I asked them, I said, so legitimately, what's off limits? They said nothing. You can do anything you want. I said, I can do fake moon landing from the perspective that it was fake. I can do flat earth. I can do serial killers. I can do Epstein is one of the ones I mentioned. They said, all that's fine. Which is great, because I have heard through the creator grapevine that Rumble does push back on a couple of topics, but I don't know what those topics were. People have said, yeah, they banned this video or that video, but I didn't look to see if maybe the videos should definitely have been banned, because those videos do exist. I'm a free speech guy, but there's some, how to skin your victim and make a suit. We don't need that video. Right. We don't need that. So, yeah, you put that on the darknet. Speaking of darknet, I'm watching the chat. Is a video on the darknet and the stuff that happens there interesting to anybody? Like the things you can buy, the people who've gotten in trouble. Celebrate the first super chat from Amel TB. Yes. Okay. Moonbomb, J King, Pixelmator, Chase, Nick Wright, Narissa, David, Josh MC, Spencer. Yup, from Amy B. Okay. Cool. That's good to know. All right, Francis. So I'm working on it. I was a few days ahead, and now I'm about a day ahead. And I'm threatening to fall behind again. So, what are you gonna do? That's what we say back east. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
See, she knows how to do it. Dinesh C. Thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate that, Dinesh. There's Kevin Sherman for $20.
Thank you, human. Maybe now we can get some indoor plumbing for this bowl. Ugh, it smells like a dumpster full of used baby diapers in here.
It's vivid description. Kevin, a big fan of the show. Tom D, and there she goes. Ruben Abrego, yeah, I caught the live. I've been waiting for you. I don't know what took you so long. Lori J, forget about it, of course. OGX Storm, how is the dark web made? That's something that we can get into. Of all the data that exists in the internet, 90%, more than 90%, is in the dark web. What we see is just the surface. But the dark web it's not all the stuff that you've seen in the news. It's mostly just academic research, government nonsense. It's mostly garbage. And it just lives down there in the dark net. That's what it's the dark net. The media calls it that. It was called the deep web before. But I know, and that would be one chapter, as I would explain what that is and how that happened. And then we'll get into the good stuff, right? Who you can hire to do what you can buy on there, how you buy it. I mean, I won't give you a step by step. You know, I know Peyton's watching and other kids watching. I'm not going to get a step by step. If you want to learn how to buy stuff in the darknet, you're going to have to Google it. There's Louis 2 times. that's a New York name right there. Louis 2 times. He says everything twice. Get the papers. The papers. Great episode. Hecklefish was on fire tonight. He had no idea he was a Jedi. Love you guys and all the hard work. Thanks, Louis 2 times. Louis 2 times. Louis 2 times. Robert Russell, thank you for the $2 Canadian. Tour is not safe. Okay, if you think so. In the 90s, all that was just the internet. That's true. It was in the 70s. Goodfellas is correct. We have a winner. Giovanni Rodriguez for 267 your videos. Get my day better. What I need. Thank you. Very welcome. I'm glad to hear that. El Missimo Purpura is in for a Darknet video. Josh Toes wants Tartaria. That's coming. I bet Tartaria is on that 12 episode list of yours, isn't it?
It's on my list of episodes, but it's not on like next on deck episodes, just because there's not a whole lot to do on it. I'm trying to find something else that we can tie into it to make it a more interesting story. And I don't know if it's talking about Tartaria and then tying it into another one of the flood myths that are out there, but I don't know. I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's not it.
Okay,
Flood myth isn't it? No, I'm not criticizing. I'm just, that's not, because the Tartaria, because none of it happened. So I don't want to tie it into like the Younger Dryas because that happened.
Right.
So this is the problem with Tartaria. I'm talking to you at home. It's a very new urban legend. So it's not fleshed out yet. It's not like Mel's Hole where we got a whole thing, right? It's not like John Teeter where we got a whole narrative. Tartaria is all over the place. We've got the world-spanning global civilization empire. Then we have the destruction of that empire through the mud flood that was global, that buried all the Tartarian buildings. So we have the architecture, and we have the evidence of that architecture in some buildings that still stand and in buildings from the world's fairs. And all of that disappears because there was a worldwide cover-up that was spearheaded by the CIA and the KGB. You Tartaria fans at home, I pretty much, that's the points, right? Those are all the points, at least that I'm aware of. But we don't have anything that connects those yet because those are just ideas that are just emerging. They're just kind of bubbling up like, oh, we'll add this, which is great. That's how great urban legends are formed. And, in 20 years, Tartaria will be a good one. But what do I do? I'm asking you in the chat. What do I do? Do I add to the lore? Do I make up my own little nuggets?
And wasn't it supposed to have happened like right at the end, right before
turn of the century? Mm-hmm. Like during the time that happened tonight with Admiral Peary going to the North Pole, he couldn't have gone there because of the mud. Tesla built his Wardenclyffe Tower there on the North Shore of Long Island. It had been there for a few years, but there was supposed to be mud. And I know there's supposed to be mud there because there were buildings in Manhattan Island in New York that, when excavated, show that below the line of the street level, below street level, are sub basements with windows in them, and that's allegedly evidence of the mud flood. Because why would you put windows in basements? That's an interesting question.
Good point.
I in the video we'll answer that, but those are good little nuggets. I'm just looking at the chat. There she goes. Fortune Cookies Tarot by Annabelle. $10. Shout out to Greg Toberfest to call his wife back. Are you the wife? Are you Annabelle? Are you? I mean, This is a very expensive way to send messages, right? This is the most expensive instant message device.
I love this so much because you never check your phone and you never check your texts. So this is something I would do. Like if I knew you were watching a live stream, I would do this so that you would call me.
I don't half the time I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, hang on a second. We've got some chat going in the private chat. Gino Brother Wildfile's first Hecklefish tattoo gets Patreon for life. I think that's a suggestion. The first person to get a Hecklefish tattoo gets Patreon for life. Wow. That's his suggestion. I'm not saying do that, but you should totally do that. Victoria, but where and how big is a great question. Victoria asking, but where and how big? I think she means on the body.
Oh, the tattoo.
I think that's what she meant. Like,
okay.
Like you don't want a little Hecklefish tramp stamp swimming on the above your whale tail. You know, oh, well, it's a whale tail.
No.
No, she says no. Gina Brother Rick Overton is watching. Sent me a video showing a UFO blowing up the meteor we referenced in 2013. Hey, Rick, I'm a huge Rick Overton fan and have been for years. For years. Well, I mean, what would people know Rick Overton from sight? From
Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day is what comes to mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you can play that video that I just sent the link to, but there's no voice on it, and it's a very interesting video. It clearly shows something hitting that meteor. So I don't know if you could pull that up while we're on here, but
all right, we're seeing that.
I see it.
Okay, so what we're looking for is something hitting the meteor. Jen, do you mind if I just send you back? She doesn't mind. Just so I can make that a little bigger for everybody. Whoa, 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 what's that? What's that? Is it going to show us again, or I'd have to rewind? I guess it's this can't be infrared. It's made to look like infrared. It can't be infrared. Okay. And this is, I guess it's the Chelyabinsk meteor. The follow-up text was that space object was inconvenient for plans, which I guess they didn't want the Earth to get destroyed by that object, so they had to make sure it got taken care of before it hit. Oh, so that was the UFOs taking it out, like anti-aircraft. That's what I'm guessing. Extraterrestrial anti-aircraft. All right, this is compelling. What do you guys think in the chat? You see, I mean, it shows you in the box. Watch the box. I'm going to try and pause it. That something is trailing it. I'm trying to get it. Okay, you see that? I hope that's big enough for you. That's what she said. You can see something trailing it. You have to.
Right there.
You have to. So something definitely trailing it passes behind it or passes through it like a rail gun. Very convincing evidence. That's all right. We're gonna have to look at that a little bit more. Brother Wi-Fi's, there he goes. We're gonna have to look at that a little bit more. The comet has Nate 8930. Comet has a small meteor trailing. Sir Steamboat LMFAO. AJ is a savage. I don't know why you said that, but cool. Jake Best. Always good to see you, Jake. Thinks it's a lizard ship. Ooh, that's scary. Temujin 79 thinks it's aliens. Joe P says lizard people have great aim. Cambo says Captain Marvel. You know, Captain Marvel's a man, right? Cody Duncan, Space Force baby. Yeah, could be. You know, could be Solar Warden. All right. So that's what's going on in the private chat. You guys go ahead and Google Rick Overton. He's just a super funny guy. Hey Rick, do you remember when I pulled you into Playboy Radio, and and Rick was doing like some kind of raising money for something with weed, something with pot. And man, Rick comes in just cloudy, just roasted. And I'm a fan. So I'm like, so it's my first time. Met Rick a couple of times. This is the first time. Now I'm on the morning show. So Rick comes in, it's 4 a.m. for the morning show. And he's already baked. And of course he's got, Egg McMuffins. He's got the whole thing. And he's like, hey man, he's outside. He's like, you want to hit on this? I'm like, dude, it's 4 a.m. I got 8 more hours of this. I can't get stoned on the radio. And then he just sat in there and did the interview just baked. I bet I have a copy of it somewhere. Rick, I'm going to pull that up. Victoria, into it as always. Oh, so Greg Toberfest. Rather than call your wife back, I suggest you just super chat her right here. Just super chat her. I mean, that's what we're doing. Eric Bishop, always good to see you, 1999.
Yes, I can finally upgrade my vodka to Belvedere. No more swimming in the cheap stuff.
I love the seriousness of the episode, but also the sketches. The Star Wars got me so good. Love the chug of Red Bull. I was expecting water. This episode epitomizes why I love the channel. I'm glad you thought so, Eric. That because this episode is what the channel should be in my mind, because there was some dark, deep stuff in there, and now that we're seeing video that something may have shot down that meteor, it's even kind of darker. So you got to put the bits in there to just let a little bit of steam out of it. Because I watch dark YouTube. I watch dark Rumble. And you sit through 45 minutes of a video of meteor impacts and you walk away. I walk away sweating. And Jen's like, why are you hugging me? I'm just because I'm terrified. So when we cover stuff like that, I want to make it a little lighter. And that's why I try to end on an up note, which I couldn't find tonight. So we ended on a nuclear explosion. Sorry about that. Hey, but we had the Star Wars bit. Oh, hang on. Here she is.
Okay, 2 things.
Now put your shirt back together because they're going to make comments that you're.
That's how the shirt's made.
What do you mean? It's torn.
No, it's not. That's how it's made.
What is she talking? Is it stylistically deconstructed?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so couple things. It says there's 125 starred chats. That's actually the ones you haven't read yet. Because again, I'm unchecking them as you go through them.
Well, what time is it? Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
okay.
It's time to do a giveaway.
Oh, it's time for a giveaway. We need to have Hecklefish say something like got to build it up instead of just, Victoria giving the speech. Oh, you go into Discord and you do the thing and you say,
You make me sound so boring.
She does. No, she's not boring. The show is boring to her. That's different. I'm joking, of course. All right, here we are. I'm joking, of course. Giveaway tool. What? All right. The match text is going to be "Wake Up, Victoria." Wake Up, Victoria. WAKEUPVICTORIA. And you type. Here's how it works. You type that into the chat, exactly how it's spelled. No spaces, no extra characters, no emojis, and you were entered for a drawing. And can you guys explain what happens?
Drawing. So you get entered for the drawing. Natalie, no spaces, just all caps, no spaces, guys. And we will do a drawing when it gets up to however many. There's 6,730 people in here, so let's see how many people type it in. And then we'll do a drawing, and whoever gets chosen wins a $50 gift card to the Y-Files store. So, Cat. Hi, Bean.
I think there's another one.
That's just a bag of trash. So, the other one's a sleepover on the thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, we're up to 426. Our stream, we're using StreamYard, so we're a little bit behind you guys. So we're gonna let it go so it can catch up.
She's still talking? Wake up, Wendy. Smell the coffee. Take me to your custom kitchen. You guys remember that song, Wake Up, Wendy?
No.
Tell me in the chat. You don't. The ladies don't remember, but there are dudes my age in the chat that remember Wake Up, Wendy. Come on, first person in the chat. Let me look at the chat. See who gets it.
They're still typing "Wake Up, Victoria."
Well, they're typing "Wake Up, Victoria." You have to type that. Well, once you type it, you're good. You don't like they're typing it a lot. You don't have to. It's only going to register once. No, hardly any typos. Oh, there are a few. Now, a couple of people writing "Wake Up, Wendy." I knew that would be a problem. Sorry about that. So, did you guys explain what they do?
Yes.
Okay. Good. I had to see a man about a horse. So, do we just two disapproving looks at the same time. Just both. Just disgusted. Cat. Are we ready to draw? We got 718, 728 people.
Let's do it.
AJ, this is Bean. I guess he wants attention.
Bean. There's Nostradamus, there's OG Key, there's Steph, there's Brian Christensen, there's Fat Boy, Robert Duvall, Slavguns, Patrick Duncan, Shari, voices from the Christopher Dunn, Midwich 313. Midwich 313 is a winner.
So, Midwich, go over to the Discord and open a help ticket for Victoria. We need to get your name and your email address, and then we will send you your $50 gift card to the store.
Speaking of the store,
you haven't done one plug yet today. Mr. Naughty.
Hang on, I just gotta get this in here.
Oh, don't forget to buy from the Wi-Fi store. Be a good human and buy, consume, buy, spend, shop, buy.
All right. He kind of stole my thunder there. But if you want to support the Wi-Files, you go to shop.thewifiles.com and you can buy all of this stuff. And Hecklefish for President mug, that's there. We got the cartoon guys on there. Do we have a Mr. Naughty t-shirt up there yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, but that's coming, and they look great. We got the Fear the Crab Cat mug. That's fun. And you can't fist that one, but most mugs you can fist. You can fist them. And there is even a mug on the Wi-Fi store that says, you can fist this mug. So it's kind of a meta thing. And most of the stuff is shirts, too. So that's shop.thewifiles.com. You can support your favorite YouTube channel or support the Wi-Files. Either way, support independent creators. And if you do buy something, hang on. It's just, this is not professional at all. It's really not professional. And if you do buy something from the store, send me a picture of you wearing it out. This is in the wild. So you go to thewifiles.com, click buy stuff. You got to buy something first. Then go to in the wild. You can submit your picture. And look at this community. Look at these faces. I mean, she could be happier. She could be happier with the mug. I think that's fair to say. Not gonna hurt her feelings. I'm just saying. Someone sent this in. I had to put that up there. I'll admit that the most response from any tweet I've ever made was this picture. Hundreds of people. By the way, if you want to follow the Wi-Files on Twitter, it's OMG the Wi-Files, right? Let me put it in the chat. OMG the Wi-Files. I don't have a lot of followers, which means I can spend a lot of time on there talking to you guys. Yeah. So when you buy this stuff, send it in, and let's get you up here on the website. And I don't know if you stick around through the credits. Probably not. I don't blame you. It's fine. But when the credits are rolling, on the right side, we've got our Patreon members because they make the channel possible. On the left side, we've got all these happy faces. I mean, come on. I can't even take it. I can't get him out. Get him out of here. I can't. Too adorable. Can't even look at it. Daniel Garvin, $50.
I'm a fish, I'm a lover, I'm a freak. In the covers, I'm a swimmer, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed.
There he goes. He's a freak in the covers. Love the Tesla show. I'm an electrical engineer. Haven't seen a video of Tunguska before. Thanks. What didn't add up is the volume is amperage needed for a 50 megaton release. Resonate standing EM waves, maybe. Daniel, the chances of it actually being an electrical event is very, very small, specifically for what you're describing, because he would need to harness all the energy. Now, Tesla said he could. He said the energy, it would come from the sun, it would come from space itself. So if he's tapping into the 0-point field, amperages it doesn't even matter. But it probably was an airburst for that reason. But thank you for the generous tip and for the insightful question. Jammer 327, $2. New Patreon member here. Huge fan of the show. Welcome to the Madhouse. Hang on, I gotta get the Wi files in the wild off my screen because I'm distracted because you're all just so adorable. So adorable. Totes adorbs. Jules Fontenot, $5. Challenger Explosion and Crew still being alive. Look into it. Could be a good show. I know that one very well. I would love to do. YouTube won't let me do that one. But that's a good one for Rumble. So what Jules is talking about is when the Challenger exploded. What was that? 1983? Is that 83? The crew obviously killed. But there is this conspiracy theory that they weren't killed, that they're still alive. And there are photos of the crew. It looks just like the same people. And most of them have the same names or the same jobs or they live in the same areas. I mean, it's eerie. It was so strange that I didn't believe it at first. I was like, there's no way this guy has the same name. I looked him up on LinkedIn. I mean, he's there. I guess, can I show it now? On the live streams, YouTube lets you get away with a lot more. Now I don't want to push my luck, but they do let you get away with a lot more. Let me see if I can find that. Challenger crew still alive. See, I told you I could type. It was just the microphone before. Here's a conspiracy theory. Let me find some photos. All right. So this is the crew. We all remember them. Christy McAuliffe, all that stuff. Remember that, right? Now. No, I don't want that. I'm trying to get the picture for it. Oh, yeah. I mean, really, you can't even get the image dimensions right. All right, let me see if I can find a better one. That's frustrating. That has the names though. All right, let me see if it will let me. Come on, Windows. Come on, Windows. All right, that's the best I think I can do. You can't see it. So imagine you could see it. No, you kind of get the gist of what's going on. And I'll find a better photo. The reason this is hard to find is this is scrubbed. You have to dig to find this. So here are pictures of the people. Now, some of them are explainable, like this guy here as a twin brother. Fine. This guy I found on LinkedIn. Same name. Look, I mean, the same faces. I got to see if I can find it for you. There's a Challenger crew likely survived the explosion before fatal plummet. That's another thing is they probably didn't die in the explosion. They died on impact when they hit the water, which that's terrifying to me. That's the same one. Yeah, it's hard to find. You got to dig. Okay, there's Challenger crew. There are no names on this one, but the names are very, very similar. Now, some of them are eerie. Like that's definitely the same guy, right? The eyes. That I don't know. I don't know. That looks like her, and that's definitely the same guy. So anyway, that's what Jules was talking about. So yeah, this would be a fun video, but YouTube would never allow it. I mean, look how far I had to scroll just to find these. And of course, what's the first article that you get is a Snopes fact check, which is going to say false, of course. Conspiracy rumor. What if I were to tell you that most, if not all, of Challenger's 7's crew members are still alive and thriving in the new professions, contrary to what we've been told? It's one thing of the Challenger's crew members resembles someone alive today. For that, we can chalk it up to a coincidence. Okay. It's a lot of coincidences, but okay. And this exercise is an amusing example of how easy it is to weave a compelling conspiracy theory out of a few suggestive elements. Isn't it funny how conspiracy theories seem to be coming true an awful lot the past year or so? Anyway, they openly live out the rest of their lives back home without even taking the basic steps of disguising their physical appearances or real names, and nobody noticed it until 30 years later. That's what Snopes says is, well, we would have noticed it sooner, or if they were really alive, they would have worn disguises. That's a writer who does not understand tradecraft. Yeah, I mean, Dan Avon and you know these guys, Dan and David. They share a brain. All right, that's Jules' suggestion. That's a great story. Obviously, you see how excited I got. I got so worked up. People would have thought like I was Victoria for a second with my amped up energy. There's Anne of Cleves for 250 of those. Hey, have you heard of Wolf Messing? He was an interesting psychic. I have not, but I'm always looking for an interesting psychic. I mean, they're all interesting. What I'm looking for is a real one. I'm looking for a real psychic. I mean, he's definitely interesting. He doesn't have the psychic look, does he? He's more of a physics teacher. He was born in Warsaw, Poland, territory of Russian Empire. Okay. He was he was performing for the public as a psychic entertainer. Later on in his life, he became Stalin's personal wizard. All right, Anne of Cleves, I want to know what you like about the story. And I'm not being facetious because this article screams fake. Screams fake. I mean, Edgar Casey reads as more legitimate than this. And that's, that's saying something. So I'd like to know, let me go back to the chat. What is it about that story that you like? So the chat goes fast, huh? Okay. But, Anne of Cleves, I thank you for that support. It really helps. Really, really helps the channel. Jake Best is back for $5. Anyone see the YouTube vid claiming Tesla was actually not all that? So is Tesla really one of the greatest heroes ever? Or no? Go lizard people. Jake Best putting some deep questions out into the ether. Asking questions, demanding answers. MC1787, great episode, entertaining, informative, and insightful as always. Wow has become our family's fireside chat. I read that one earlier. We got a double. You got a double. You got your $17 worth. Rob McGregor. Yeah, I can't say McGregor without in my head. It's McGregor. Rob McGregor, Tartaria, Martha Ranga, Abraham Hicks, and Alien. The chat's amazing. You guys are amazing. Begging Nader, why don't you do a thing on Montauk? I did. I covered Preston Nichols and the Montauk experiment. If you want to check that one out, do not watch that one with kids. You can watch I give a warning actually when I start to talk about Preston Nichols. I give a warning that says if you have little ones watching, get them out of the room. And I'll say it now, and I think I said it in the video. I'm serious. Carolyn Smith, $5. Tomorrow's my birthday. My husband is in a dementia nursing home. Oh, I won't remember when I visit him tomorrow. That's terrible, Carolyn. I'm sorry to hear that. It feels weird to say happy birthday. I wish you the best. It's terrible. It's terrible to hear that. Matt Adams, $4.99. Thank you for the support. Laura Montero, $1.99. Please do the Bridgewater Triangle. All right, send that in the tips line. We'll look into that. I lost the chat. Where'd you go? Hang on. There it is. Show chat. I'm sorry. This, it's not professional. This live stream is not professional. Elver Loho, €2. Can you do an episode debunking Santa Claus? Do we even need that? Like, do we need to what?
We don't. We let Santa do his thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's a big fan of the channel, so.
He's a big fan of the channel. Gino might remember this. So back in the day when I worked in radio, I worked for WBAB 102.3 Long Island's home of rock and roll, 50 minutes of rock every hour. I worked there for a long time. And the morning guys, Roger and JP, who still do the mornings there. 20 years. Okay. Hey, okay. They're great guys. Anyway, JP 1 year, put the kids out of the room for a quick second. JP 1 year said, I have a big announcement. A big announcement on Christmas Eve on the morning show. And he in radio called it pre-sell. He pre-sold it for a week, 2 weeks maybe. Big announcement. Big Christmas announcement. It was so hectic that now the news was starting to cover it. BAB was a big station back then. I don't know how it is now. Back then it was JP was making news, and big announcement. Get the kids out of the room for just a second. And so JP says on the radio, now it's the morning show. It's a big morning show. Zillions of people, I don't know, thousands, but everybody's listening.
Everyone on Long Island.
Everyone on Long Island's listening to this big announcement that was pre-sold for weeks. News is covering it. He says, everyone gather around, get your kids, bring them to the radio. This is me talking now. Get your kids off the live stream, bring them to the radio. And JP goes, Santa Claus is fake. It's your parents putting presents under the tree. He says, and he laughs, like his JP laugh. And Roger laughs, and they go about the morning show. They do that. The phone lines, they explode with screaming parents. The news was covering it. They continued to do so. They covered it how Roger and JP ruined Christmas. So
that's terrible.
Of course
like
it
War
is.
Of the Worlds.
It's one thing for me to just like War of the Worlds. It's one thing for me to just like talk about Santa or whatever. But he made it so everyone on Long Island got their kids around and Roger JP are hugely popular guys with families. These are not shock jocks. These are like cool, regular dudes. So I think, and JP could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he got suspended for that. I think
he did take a suspension for it. But what we can talk about is how Santa Claus might be based on psychedelic mushrooms.
We can talk about that. We could probably even get Thomas in here to talk about that.
I think so.
That is a compelling case for that. There they go. Compelling case that Santa Claus was connected to psychedelic mushrooms. I don't know. YouTube would not. We gotta be careful. This is Jen's first live tonight. Look at everyone. Everyone look at Jen's face. Look at the smiling face. Look, you say hi to her. It's her first live.
What the fuck say here?
All right. Welcome, Jen. Billy Jefferson the Fourth for $20. From where do I know your voice? Love the content. I don't know. WBAB, Long Island's home of rock and roll, 50 minutes of rock every hour, 102.3. Justin Watkins, $9.99. We need a clone episode. Clones that scare me more than death lasers, nukes, or even lizard people. Justin, frightened by a lot of things. It questions too many things. What is it to be human? What is it to have a soul? That's really good. That's the big question, right? If you can clone the body, but can you clone the soul? I think it could be a good episode, but I feel like it would get dark, and it would get kind of existential and philosophical as you did, and it would scare people. Still could be fun, though. Still be fun to do. Paul's back for $5. I refuse to use Twitch because Amazon is even worse than Google/YouTube. But what are you going to do? I thought Twitch was Microsoft. I could be wrong. Paul's usually right about that stuff. But either way, you can't get away from them. Look, you follow the channel, Paul. You know that I'm anti-big government. I'm anti-big corp. I'm anti-everything. I'm an anarchist. But yet I'm on YouTube live streaming, begging for people to buy Crab Cat mugs. And these are not expensive, by the way. You can get these shopped at thewildfiles.com. And it's a great way to support the channel. I think they're only a few bucks. And it's not like $24.95. It's like $12. We get a few bucks from those. And this is the cartoon mug. You like the shirt? Okay, Paul's in the way. You can see the crab catch. But anyway, I'm anti all that stuff, but still, this is where you have to go. Rumble could be great, but nobody's watching. I told you that the Y-Files got promoted as, homepage and Rumble and all of that. We got 16,000 views on that video. That same video on YouTube got 7.5 million. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
See, Matt Adams, $1.99. Matt and Kristen are your biggest fans. Yeah, but where's Kristen? Is Kristen be in that picture? Or is just Matt does his own thing? Hi, Kristen. Well, I'm your biggest fan. Bopper 416. I'm not familiar with that particular book of the Talmud. I missed premiere because I was here alone. LOL.
Oh, okay. Now things are making sense. Yeesh.
Well, some people like to be alone. I don't mind it. I'm alone a lot, as you can tell. That's why I'm wacky on these. She's down there nodding.
I am. AJ came home the other day after being gone for like 3 days, and I didn't realize until I was probably 30 minutes into my just insane babble at him that I hadn't spoken aloud to another person since he left to go to the studio. And I was just so excited he was home. And he was like, could you take a breath for a second?
Can you slow down a second? Let me at least get to the vodka.
Yeah. The video's up to number 4 out of 10 now.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. And you know what? There she goes. Cass Suttles. Thank you for the $9.99. So yeah, I'm alone a lot. I can do it. I can, am I antisocial? I don't know if that's the right word. I'm an introvert. I don't think I'm antisocial. Like if I go to a party, I'm not weird. I'm a little weird, but I'm not noticeably weird. I see Jen's down there making faces and stuff. I'm not going to put her on the screen. She's going to stay put. So yeah, I'm not that weird, but I can be alone for a long time, long stretches. Jen cannot do long stretches alone. She needs human contact and conversation. Really on the hourly is be ideal for her. Is to be in constant contact with somebody. Look, I love Mom, but I'm not going to FaceTime with her every night. She's probably even watching this. Now I'm in trouble, but we're not going to FaceTime every night. It's too much. And Mom agrees. But Jen will talk to her folks every single night. Okay, that's not how I'm wired. Big Daddy PD 999. Have you watched normal TV since the 2020 elections? Your show has been the best replacement. Thank you. I understand what you're saying, Big Daddy PD, and I'm trying to see if that's some kind of blue line in your avatar. Because I'm assuming that you're PD. Tell me where you work in the chat. Yeah, TV has been weird since the election. And not fun weird. It's so angry. Paul is back for $20. So what was in Hecklefish's search history? I haven't checked that, but I have a feeling that we could not put that on a family show. Justin Farris, thank you for $5.
Thank you, human. I'm getting killed on alimony and guppy support payments over here.
I hear you. Love your channel, Fear the Crab Cat. He's talking about this shirt right here, by that you can get at, you know where you can get it. Rachel Boland Ulstad. I don't know why I like saying it, but I do. For $5, just join the Patreon. Welcome to the Madhouse. Still figuring out the Discord. You'll get it. I'm still figuring out too. I mean, I told you I did the Patreon Discord live stream today just for the Patreon members, and microphone wouldn't work, camera wouldn't work. Nothing. I had to use the crappy camera on the laptop with the garbage mic. None of this is professional. None of this is professional. So I don't know if it was user error or not. Discord takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get used to it, you're going to love being there. The people are really nice, and just ask somebody for help. Ask, how do I do this? Or what does this mean? Just ask, and you'll be surprised at how welcoming and nice people are in our community. Leon Ambrose, thank you for $5. You love the episode. Have a good night, everybody. I look at the icon.
Your picture is amazing. Amazing.
That's a Hecklefish t-shirt in the avatar. I think that's the first one I've seen on the live stream. Amazing. Brandy Bauma, thank you for the super sticker. Where's Melissa Taylor? There she is. What level do you have to join in Patreon to get a Hecklefish photo? Eventually, I think we'll put them at a level, but for now, it's just going to be everybody. Now, that could be a terrible mistake because we've got a 15, 16, 1,700 Patreon members, something like that. So Hecklefish and I are going to be going to go through a lot of Sharpies. But Patreon members haven't got the perks that they deserve this past year, so we're going to do that. Everyone's going to get one. And then, after my claw can move again, we'll probably make it for a certain level because it's going to be hard. But for now, I need to give back a little bit. Jason Knight, $10. What your thoughts on the feeling of deja vu, random brain misfires, future memories rewriting themselves, or a glitch in the simulation? Jason, I lean toward the glitch. The older I get, the more disconcerting deja vus are for me. I thought they were kind of fun when I was a kid. And something I learned is deja vus become less frequent as you get older for some reason. Now, that could be some insight into what they are, that maybe it's not a simulation or something paranormal. Maybe it's something physiological that changes as you get older, as the brain develops or degrades, either however you look at it. But they've become disconcerting to me because I feel like something's wrong. Like, that's when I have a deja vu. It used to be, oh, I'm having deja vu. That's weird. Now I have deja vu and I'm like, man, something's up. Like, I just feel my skin crawl a little bit. And it still happens to me, not that often, but every few months. And sometimes look at deja vus that last, that, it's like, oh, I'm still in this. Jose Camacho's in the chat, loves the show, is here every week. Wayne Hulla needs a Hecklefish sticker for his tackle box. Well, we have those. They're cheap too. Brian Splain is calling 3 million subs by the end of the year. That would be awesome. Let's see if you're right. That'd be great if you're right. That's a long one. Forgetfulness of pattern repetition, says prosoport. Forgetfulness of pattern repetition. Interesting. Now I can't read some of these chats out loud because I'm not in the context. Like, because some people are just having conversations. Like, they're ignoring me and they're talking to each other, which is fine. That's fine. I don't blame you for that. But I can't read some of these out loud. I get myself in trouble. Corey Edwards, $10.
Ooh, thank you, human. You made my dorsal fin tingle.
Oh, the Star Wars shtick was my favorite one yet. Best sponsor plug ever, too. So nice to see this channel getting better rather than falling apart like so many others. Oh, that's a shame. Much love, Hecklefish and human. Who's falling apart? Who's he talking about? Corey, I've got the chat up right now. Name names. What channels are falling apart? I'll shout them out.
Don't do that.
Hang on. Let me get her out of the way. I'll shout them out. Laura's in bed with the flu. Sorry to hear that. Christopher Ayers, Project Slam Dunk Hecklefish will love it. All right, we'll look into that. Robbie ZZZ, bro, you're going to get it. I watch YouTube every day. I can't read anything that starts with bro. All hail Hecklefish, a dog suicide bridge in Scotland episode. We did that one. All right. Oh, Paul saying Mr. Ballin. I mean, you could say that Mr. Ballin's channel is falling off or changing all you want, but he is doing it right. Billboards. And whenever someone has something to say about Mr. Ballin, and people will tell me, oh, that I'm a better storyteller, which I totally disagree with, but it's nice to hear. And, oh, your channel's better. Mr. Ballin's changed. He's this or that. The response is billboards. And that's the end of the conversation. Am I right?
Yes.
Billboards. So he's fine. He's fine.
Doing just fine.
He's doing just fine. Mr. Ballin's channel is boring compared to the White Files. I don't know if that's true. Hey, I'm a subscriber of his since the beginning. I watch all of his stuff. I watch it on 1.5 times speed. I'll be honest, but I watch all of his stuff. I mean, the stories, he takes a minute to get the stories out, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, sometimes I watch the episode. I'm like, yeah, that 45 minutes was a great 20-minute episode.
Like, he just does a lot of
just do a scene. Do a Mr. Ballin storytelling.
Look,
He's not going to watch this
stuff, and I watch him. But it's, you know, the cops pulled up, and then they put the car in park, and the first guy got out, and then the second guy got. So there's just a lot of
and the gear shift was still sweaty from his nervousness as he shifted into park.
Right.
And heard the click of the transmission disengaging and the slight lurch as the wheels moved forward to a stop. He glanced and saw the speedometer said 0. Like that?
Yes. Right.
He's weaving theater of the mind.
He is weaving theater of the mind. So, yeah.
All right, there she goes. Great description of Mr. Ballin. I thought. He's not going to see this. You know, when I talked about Joe Scott a few weeks ago, he saw it. Mr. Ballin's not going to see it. He did.
Whoops.
He did. Victoria might have told him. She might have told him. Did you tell?
No.
You can. Anytime I mention another creator on here, I don't mind because I'm not hateful. I'm not hurtful.
I don't talk to him anymore. I'm all about you.
So I have an itch. I'm not doing anything with my nipple. That's
okay.
I realized it was strange because I put Victoria up on the screen and immediately went here, and it looked like Victoria is connected to my nipple, but it was just an itch because it's dry. It's dry skin in here. All right, Joe P99. Hey, Jay, great episode. Keep up the good work. You're awesome. You're awesome, Joe. Thank you for supporting the channel. It really does help. OxOGo3. Thanks for the buck. Casey Gates, $5. Okay, just finished learning about Toth with Billy, and now I am here. Good night so far. Well, you're going to like next week's episode, Casey Gates. No spoilers. No spoilers. Paul is back for $10. Atlantis, fake? Why, I never. Now, hang on. I was talking about Atlantis like hours ago.
I told you that there's a lot in.
Hang on, Jennifer Wilson. So happy to find the White Files. We need a Hecklefish plushie.
Yes. I am working on the Hecklefish plushie as well as a couple of other plushies. So, like maybe an AJ plushie.
No, we're not going to do that. But we'll do maybe a Crab Cat plushie would be fun.
Crab Cat plushie would be fun. Space Panda maybe, although he had one tryout and it didn't go as well.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. That was an aggressive take. Victoria, hot take. Craig Bragg, 5 Canadian. I typically catch your vids a day later, as I think a huge number do. They do. Craig, most people watch them later. Channel's great and will only grow. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate that. Yeah, most people watch them later. Since the premieres are Thursday evening, most people in the States will watch tomorrow. Or, the end of this live stream, which probably be tomorrow. Sean Hansen, thank you for the $10.
Yes, thank you, human. You know the deal.
Thanks for this Tesla episode. He's one of my favorite historical figures. Lord Hecklefish was on fire tonight, completely unrelated. But when do the Y-Files death rays become available? Well, Sean, if you could send me the plans to those. Sean looks like a guy who knows how to build something like that. Look at him just peeking surreptitiously, very, very sneakily, very furtively.
Like that?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Jesse Hicks, thank you for the 999. Keep the Tesla videos coming. I am, because people click on those. I was saying it 2 weeks ago, like, oh man, the Sergei Ponomarenko video was a whole cluster. It was a whole cluster. I'm not going to get into it now, but it was a cluster. So it's like I got to go to Tesla. It's like you go to the well, you go to Old Reliable, and Tesla's reliable. And this was a good story. My friend Dipin Dippin says, hi, he's from India. Just introduced him to your channel. I think he dropped a super chat earlier, unless it's the other Dipin. I don't know how many Dipins watch. Are you keeping track of Dipins? She's not keeping track. Are you writing down Dipins? No, she's not doing it. Dex for $10. Thoughts on Dr. Stephen Greer? Have you seen his interview with Sean Ryan? Crazy stuff. 0 Point Energy, secret government, alien UFOs, alien projected vehicles. Yeah, I've been following Greer for 20 years. Disclosure Project and such. I don't like his UFO abductee excursion things that he runs for like $3,000. You spend a week with him and he helps you. They try to contact aliens, and he says you have to go in with an open mind, but it's $3,000, and spoiler alert, no aliens have been contacted yet. And you're out the 3 Gs. So I don't like that. So, like Bob Lazar, I don't feel like he's a grifter. I don't know if he's legit, but I don't feel like he's a grifter. Dr. Greer has made and makes a lot of money from this stuff. And look, they could be 100% legit. I'm just saying the perception to me is charging people $3,000 to spend a week trying to contact aliens. I don't really go. I'm not down with it. I'll do it. I was thinking about it just maybe a day or two ago, because the simulation has us connected with Dr. Greer. When I was reading how the week goes, I was like, I should just do this. Be a great episode, because he lets you bring cameras and stuff. Be a great episode, but then I can't take a week off to contact aliens. Unless I get lucky and I hit the ET the day one, and then I can bolt. But I have a feeling you got to be there for the whole 5. Actually, now that I say that, he says you can't leave early. You know what? I'm going to prove it. Look, there's the chat. Cicada 3301 asks Kyle Sampson. Yes, that's coming. I think he's Disclosure Project, but it's like Web Disclosure Project, Open Disclosure. No. Disclosure Project. It's not. What is his website? Do you guys know in the chat? I'm going to check for excursions in a second. I think that's what it's called. Man, I was just on it. Disclosure or deception. And it's going to be in my search history, but I can't bring that up. I can't let you see what's going on there. UFO disclosure. I think he calls them expeditions. I mean, look, he's got a lot of stuff going on. This is it. Serious disclosure. That's what it is. I knew it was something weird. All right. So what is CE5? So CE5, that's Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, if you're keeping track at home. Close Encounters types 1 through 4 are essentially passive. So that's like seeing an alien, communicating with an alien. and then eventually get up to being touched, contacted by an alien or abducted by an alien. All right, so where are the excursions? Expeditions. Oh, I guess I'm on the. All right, core principles. There's strong evidence for the existence of extraterrestrial civilizations and spacecraft. Okay. Both humans and ETs are conscious intelligent beings. Okay, it's all good. Here we go. Each week-long expedition is limited to about 25 registrants, between 2,500 and 3,500 a pop. Let's get to the money. Here's another thing. They recommend that you study these materials before you go on the excursion, and guess what? $26.95, $24.95, $24.95, $14. I'm halfway there, $10, still getting to the bottom. So that rubs me the wrong way. Guideline rules is interesting that you have to stay for the whole thing. So everyone must attend all sessions unless they are ill or told the session is optional. So you're there for the duration and cost. A week-long expedition is $12.50 to $17.50. That's actually lower than when I just looked the other day. Oh no. That's if you've gone before, you can come back for half price. So here it is. Before the tuition fee is $2,500, $3,500, depending on facility costs, but each expedition is different. For some, they can find a retreat center, which case there will be one fee for tuition, room, and board. In other cases, they don't provide food and lodging. So you can drop $3,000, plus you got the hotel and meals, and I'm assuming cocktails. She had to go see a man about a horse.
She did.
So let me go back to this. So that's Dr. Greer. Look, if you're watching, Doc, I'm a big fan. Joe Bohelski, 99, great show. Hey, look, Dr. Greer, do sponsor one of the episodes. Let's give away some of these expeditions. Maybe as like a giveaway. We'll do a sponsor read. Hecklefish can try to communicate with the aliens.
I love that idea.
Right. And we'll give one of these away to a lucky Wi-Fi's viewer.
Look, that one reminds me of the guy that you can pay to go to his crazy ass horror house.
He's been shut down.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he's been shut down because they had a bad situation. And I don't remember specifically, so I don't want to get into it too much. But what Jen's talking about, and some of you guys will know this, is you pay this guy to just scare you almost to death. In all different ways. It's
basically
act out,
like you put yourself into a torture porn horror movie. Like,
you do.
It's crazy.
And it's so terrifying that you have to sign all kinds of waivers beforehand.
And get physicals.
And get physicals, have to check your heart. And they begin testing you right then at that picnic table where you're signing your life away. That's where it begins. Maybe someone in the chat knows his name. One of you guys has to know him for sure. Hecklefish got an ankle bracelet. No, he really got shut down. Somethingville Mystery House. That's not it.
Somebody said he changed states and opened again.
No, this is important. Craig says, sounds like Jen's mic is blown out. I agree, Craig. Her mic is way too hot, but I just didn't want to distract. But yes, Jen's mic is too hot.
Is that better?
Best little horror. Let me hear.
Is that better? I fixed
That's
it.
better.
Okay.
McCamey Manor. I think that's it.
Yes. That's it.
McCamey Manor Haunted House.
Duct taping people, putting them in a cooler for out.
Okay.
Like
So right off the jump, you see that these videos are age restricted. And parents, I'm not going to click in to these too much. Warning. So Netflix is probably safe. So Jen and I saw him on a show somewhere. Oh, Dark Tourist. So if you're into dark, scary stuff, then you should check this out because it was very, very interesting, but it is disturbing. Requirements. You have to be 21 and over or 18 to 20 with parents' approval. You have to complete a sports physical with a doctor's letter stating you're physically and mentally cleared, pass a background check, be screened via Facebook, FaceTime, or phone, proof of medical insurance, sign a detailed 40-page waiver, and pass a portable drug test on the day of the show. 40-page waiver. So there's kids watching because I'd like to show some of these, but I'm not going to do that.
It's
YouTube
crazy. No way.
Brian Milner is missing a vow. Look at the adorable picture. Look, everyone, look. 7,000 people look at his face. Wobbly chair is a sure sign of the simulation. It could be. So is the itchy nipple. Fancy Pants MYC 43. Thank you for $5. Big fan. You and your team make it simple and informative. Thoughts on the lost civilization under the Grand Canyon? I don't know if that's where it is, Fancy Pants, but I do like the idea of something being down there. If I had to bet money, I have to get rid of the McCabe Manor. McCabe Manor. Ugh, I can't even look at it. G Fox says the mic reflects the user. She is hot. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Foil hat. That's why I tape my nipples to avoid dreaded nipple chafe. That's a great idea. I'll just have to start taping those. I like the idea of a civilization being under the ocean, Fancy Pants, because that would be the place to hide it, right? But there's some weird stuff going on in the Grand Canyon, even though I didn't necessarily believe in the Kincaid Cave or some of that stuff. When people have gone to certain parts of the canyon, and I want to say it's not the South Rim. It'll come to me. Planes will appear. Planes will appear, and no planes are allowed over that particular part of the canyon. And you'll see signs like they're not allowed, but planes will arrive. Unmarked planes, black helicopters. They were in the Kincaid GE Kincaid video that I did. Pictures of the aircraft. So something's going on there. Man, I wish I knew the answers to this stuff for you. I really wish I knew. Chris Undermine, thank you for the $5. Announcer lady from the Hunger Games voice. I've never. Can you do the Hunger Games announcer lady? I don't know how she sounds.
May the algorithm be forever in your favor.
I can't do it, but it was Elizabeth Banks. She wore crazy hair and makeup. It was fine.
Well, I thought that was a wonderful impression.
Thank you.
May the algorithm be forever.
She was going to say something.
What?
Go
Was
back.
it important?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's important, they tell me.
Yes, at 8:25.
Maddie Smoove says, did you see Murren and Practical Jokers wearing a Hecklefish merch? I did. We did see that. This is the Y-Files Instagram. It's OMG the Y-Files. Same on Twitter if you want to follow. And this is, oh, God damn it. Well, this is what he's talking about. That's Murr wearing the Hecklefish. He's got him in white. And this is him. I have to log in to do it, but he has him in all the colors. He's been a fan of the show for a long time.
So
and he watches this hot mess now. So shout out to James Murray. He's an awesome guy, great supporter of the channel, and I'm embarrassed that he watches this. It's not professional. This thing. This is not how they do it.
So you need to put up the last super chat call banner, please, because it's 8:24. You still have 132 you haven't read yet. Banner. And
You know what that looked like? Do you remember that scene in Silicon Valley where they were trying to measure?
So,
You guys remember? Victoria, you remember that scene where they're trying to remember?
Yes.
That's what it looked like.
So-
She was even doing the mouth motions.
anyway,
Now it's too low.
now it's too low.
Just a drop. Just a scotch. Just a smudge. Just a drop. Just
that better?
just a soupçon
A
of volume.
Soupçon, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to put up the last thank you. So we will stop starring super chats at 8:30 in 5 minutes. 8:30.
Victoria doing some kind of Latin dance down below.
And puppy,
Puppy.
hey, baby girl. So yes,
Gino
and
keeping things running smoothly as always.
there he is.
And there he goes.
And at 8:30, we're going to stop starring the super chats. So,
Which means you're just donating out of your goodwill.
right, but we want to try to get to that, but it's way behind. You're way behind. So,
What are you gonna do? Chris Undermine. PS, tune in to Twitch, y'all. Way less spam in chat. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, yeah, because no one's over there. If I haven't seen any Twitch comments come through, but yeah, I mean, if you have Twitch, that's the place to watch it because the chat is basically you. So good tip from Chris Undermine, as always, giving good tips. Nancy J for $10 Canadian. Do the lizard people for the 1st of April. Is that a Thursday? My wife doesn't let me do April Fool's jokes. Those are
No.
banned in our home.
I don't like them.
Can we do one this year?
No.
All right. And that's that. Talix001 for $10. Recently found your channel. Very entertaining. Top rate stuff. Look, your bar is low, Talix. And that's what I'm looking for the live streams. I'm looking for viewers that have a very low bar. Because then I can meet expectations. But because this is not professional what we do. But I'm glad that you like the presentation style and the humor. Sir Steamboat, the fish says what we all know, but don't have the gills to say it. There's a t-shirt right there. Grow yourself a pair of gills. Something like that. And look, I see Jen writing. She's writing. Buzz Darky for $10. My Mastiffs, and I love the Star Wars bit. Great show. Keep up the great work. And I see your Mastiff in the avatar there. Look at them. You know how they say owners and dogs, they start to look alike? Well, there you go. DJ, $100.
I'm a goldfish. In a steel bowl I swim. I wanted a tip. I wanted a tip.
Serbians say hi. All right. Anthony Alfonso front. I'm just kidding. I'll say still more, DJ. I appreciate the $100. It's crazy, but very nice of you. And hang on. I'm being flagged down. And here she is. Here she is again.
I just want to say thank you to DJ because he so graciously sent Luli a laptop this week.
What?
Because she needed one for her Wi-Fi's work. So
now, does she have to send him some naughty nicks or anything? I didn't say she should. I'm just asking what the exchange was, what the transaction was.
So, I think she's going to have to do some personal assisting.
Ah, wink, wink.
No, wink, wink.
There's no such thing as a free lunch, baby.
So, David, thank you so much for helping Lily out. That was
no such thing as a free lunch. Well, that's very nice of you, David. Very, very nice of you. Anthony Alfonso, $5. Have you watched Bright Insights YouTube channel? Lots of Atlanta stuff on there. Also, we really a voice on ATLA. If so neat, what's ATLA? Oh, Avatar: The Legend of Korra. Yes. Yes, I was a few voices on there, actually. Yeah, Bright Insights channel. That's Jimmy Corsetti. Yeah, I watch his stuff all the time. Well, I watch it. A very nice fella. Bubba Hotep. Oh, that's right. I'm looking at the avatar. I can't tell. It looks like Elvis with some type of gigantism of the cranium. Elephantitis. No. The Star Wars skit was the tits. Absolutely loved tonight's episode. The Tunguska event was definitely caused by the tits. It was the tits. That's what we're going for.
Yeah.
Always going for the tits. Fahar, the botanist, for $10. Finally, I was able to catch my first live event. Don't worry about the turnout. I'm sure I'm not the only one that clicks on anything with Tesla in the title. I love don't get yourself down. Don't get yourself down. You're gonna be okay there, Mr. YouTuber.
Be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Thank you, botanist. Mike Brown, $4.99. Oh, I used to do a lot of botany back in the day. Gino and I have some experience with the old horticulture. Thank you, Mike Brown, for that. Johnny Dangerously, big fan of that movie. Weird Al, of course, singing the theme song to that movie. And look, there's Johnny in the Avatar. My mother did that to me once. Hell of a ride, AJ and Hecklefish. Keep up the great work. How about looking into my New Jersey Devil? Cryptids is we're gonna have to get one in there, right?
We got some cryptids on.
Not too many though. Not a lot.
We're peppering them in.
We're peppering, Johnny. We're peppering. We're peppering. There's Beth 37638 because Beth 37637 was taken for $5. Just want to say thank you and keep up the good work. Thanks, Beth. Very nice of you to donate to the channel. Raul for $20.
I'm a fish and I'm a star, so put more dough in my jar. The type of vodka that I need is Belvedere.
All right, and then we're gonna.
I need to buy a tinfoil hat, so please click the super chat. We all know the government is listening.
That one goes on for a bit. Man, you guys make a Thursday feel like a Friday. It sure does. It feels like it's the next day, doesn't it? Your team are amazing. Don't stop what you guys do and get Hecklefish a new hat, LOL. His hat is falling apart. Hang on, let me show you. I know we're running late, but look, Applebee's is open. We're going to be okay. Look what came in the Wild Files mail the other day. We got new tinfoil hats and one for Hecklefish. So these are it's sharp, huh?
Great.
It's great. She likes it. So yeah, so we got those. Oh, hang on. I feel like I'm an extra in Dunkirk right now. Storming the trenches. All right. Look, it was very nice that they sent that. But yeah, those will be on the set. Thanks for the support, Rival. There's Robert Prey. They're always very generous and supportive of the show. Great episode, an amazing connection. I've watched other episodes about Tunguska where it was stated it was an explosion in the air, but this makes awesome sense. Love it. Hail the Dark Overlord. Corey Edwards is back. AJ, we need some pics of Hecklefish and his bowl so we can make some fan art. Maybe you'll get your OnlyFins design. Okay. We could do that. And Jenna Victoria, remind me, because I do have that art. And we actually took a bunch of new pictures today. Man, I really want to show them to you. Right, but I think it spoils the surprise. But imagine what Hecklefish would look like if he was in an Italian 70s porno. Max Kinger, thank you for the $10. Very supportive. Oh, Victoria is imagining as we speak. Dave and Mollusk, $5. I just discovered you a couple of weeks ago and love your work. You've gone into all of my favorite theories except one. Please look into Die Glocke. Dave been talking about the Nazi bell / UFO. That's a good one. I covered it a teeny bit in the ARV episode. Very, very little bit. It's a good one. There's no evidence of it. So that's the thing. There's all the pictures that you see are not, they're not it, but would be a good episode. I'm very careful when I wade into the Nazi waters of YouTube. If I get the episodes up early enough, once I get the inevitable demonetization and crushing, just how they're going to crush the video, I can appeal it and talk to my guy, and they're like, oh, it's fine. He's just talking about history stuff. But when the algorithm, like the AI, when Hitler or Nazis mentioned, they're like, no, they just lock it down until they can put human eyes on it. The Monarch for $4.99 says, t-shirt idea. I went to Planet Serpo and all I got was this lousy sheep dip. That's someone who watches closely. Yeah, sheep dipped. As of course, losing your cover. Shannon Schumann. It's just fun to say.
It is fun to
Try
say.
it. Go ahead.
Shannon Schumann. Hello, Shannon Schumann.
Shannon Schumann, please pick up the white courtesy phone. Shannon Schumann, the white courtesy phone. Love your channel, new watcher, first time chatter. You and the whole crew crack me and my husband up. Cheers. What is that? Is that that emoji looks like someone bent over, like their butt cheeks bent over. Am I right? From behind?
Two champagne glasses clicking together.
Your mind.
Oh, champagne glasses. I thought it was... Okay, well, because I was thinking, why would they make an emoji of that? Someone bent over with the pants down.
No.
So, no. Thank you, Shannon Schumann. Fu-Man, 1999, you gave my wife Dusty a HBD shout out a few months back and asked, is that her real name? Answer equals yes. Oh, yeah. And if she had $1 every time someone asked her that, we could buy a real plot of land in Scotland. LOL, see what I did? I do see what you did. If you had $1 for every time someone said that, you could tip more than $19.99. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the support. I'm just teasing, of course. Yvette Lasoya, I'd like a Hecklefish plushie for my office.
On it.
David Butler, 499, you're not fooling anyone, H. It's obvious that Hecklefish does your voice. He's controlling you with the force right now, isn't he? No, but that's very funny. But you actually gave me an idea for something there, David. Nihan Nandeep for $20.
Yo, boo la la. Yo, fish really need some money. I need to buy some stuff. Fish really need some money. YouTube don't pay enough. Fish really need some money. So click the super chat. Like that.
What is the matter with you? What is the matter with you?
So much.
That song?
Yes.
That was a good time for you, huh?
Yes. Now I want to recreate the whole actual video.
We can't do that. Have you seen that video?
With you playing the Mads Mikkelsen part and Hecklefish doing the Rihanna part. That would be, but we'd have to edit it a little bit.
A little
bit. A lot. But it would still be fantastic.
Hecklefish has more talent than Rihanna, I'll tell you that. Thank you for the great show. One of the few things I look forward to each week. Keep up the good work. Fish Power. Fish Power. I like that. Jules Fontenot, $5. Oh, Jules, always good ideas. Dr. Heckle and Mr. Hyde, very funny. Think Heckle will get some fishbowl friends. The Heckle Gallery. Jules got a juicy brain. Chad Breedlove for $5 as always. Leslie and I loved your show. Quick question. Do you have a recommendation for a free video editing software? I'm a new YouTube creator. Well, that's great. If you're, I love a real question. So Chad, if you're reasonably technically inclined, not an expert, but I mean, if you're comfortable with a computer, DaVinci Resolve is free, and it's amazing. DaVinci Resolve is the professional software used by studios to color films. Every film you watch is colored in DaVinci Resolve, and it's developed by Blackmagic, who makes amazing cameras, including that one right there. And they, a few years ago, started integrating editing software into Resolve. So now it's all one package. So you can import, transcode, cut, edit, color, and export all in one pipeline. So that's DaVinci Resolve. That's great. And that's free. John Hitta, $10. I'm so sorry I missed the beginning of the live. Working with patience. Is this live going to remain up? Question. I really wanted to catch. Love you guys. You guys rock. Long live Hecklefish. Yeah, it should remain up, John. I think we're going to be okay. You're not missing anything. This is not a professional thing. This is not a real thing. Live. This is not how people do it.
Well, 7,507 people disagree.
Well, they would be wrong. Mike D for 501. So, a question for Gino. Big question for Gino. The question is, how annoying was AJ growing up? All right. Paul for $10. The 5-day-old has literally never missed an episode their entire life. I'm just laughing because because Gino got it. There he goes. Jeremy Shorter 499. Finally ordering my Fear the Crab Cat mug. You're talking about one of these mugs that you can get on shop.thewifiles.com for like $12, 14, 12. I meant to raise the price. I keep forgetting. It's a great way to support the channel. So glad you're enjoying it. Thank you, Jeremy, for supporting. I look forward to your email inevitably complaining that the mug was cracked when it arrived. I apologize in advance, but we'll fix it. We'll make it right. Vanessa Cole, a longtime supporter of the channel, $4.99. My husband and I are huge fans of the show. Wanted to ask Victoria what the story is about the Gulfstream jet on the wall, Lord Hecklefish for president. Well, you know what? I'm going to step away for about 5 minutes and she could.
No, you're not stepping away. You're not stepping away. It's the plane my husband flies for the last 11 years. Get your butt back.
How's she doing? Is she doing good?
Just
hang on. I missed. What did she say? I didn't hear because I didn't have that.
Said it's the plane that her husband flew for the last 11 years.
yes.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Did she
Not
have
lying.
any anecdotes
And you know what
or
else we should do is
What?
another giveaway.
Yes. Let's do that.
Oh, giveaway. Where's the button? There it is. Window capture giveaway. Ah, there we go. Hang on. This
And
is
they're
not a-
still typing "Wake Up, Victoria," so nothing about me.
Wake up, Wendy. Smell the coffee. Take me to your custom kitchen. All right. Okay. This is how this show is the tits. THISSHOWISTHE. What? What?
Great.
Apologies to any parents with young kids watching at the moment.
Just tell them it spells something else. Just say it spells thetis. Just say this show is thetis, and just make it up. You lie to kids. That's what you do. How many times do you lie to them all the time? So just tell them it says this show is Thetis, and it's a Greek god mythology. He's a Greek. He's the Greek god of tits. All right, we got 39 entries. Okay, so people are fading, and that's fine. Look, we're all getting tired. So there's no hard feelings. It is a hard one to spell. Because I'm watching them type it, and they're trying. We're
getting there.
They're trying. Did I spell it right? This show is the boobs is funny, but will not work. How do I enter ? I can't explain that. Ha ha. This show is the twist. It will not work, Taylor.
The auto mod is catching these, by the way.
Oh, the auto mod.
Oh,
doesn't like these.
That's why we're not seeing that many.
Paul says they're all getting caught in the spam filter.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. You know what? It's not going to work.
Cut.
We'll try again. I know we're on a delay, so sorry. Nothing. So look, you learn. That's how you learn, right?
That's how you
Tits. No.
Thanks, Johnny. Be good.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny. Is that what we want to do, Johnny? Be good. Is that the word?
He's like yelling at me. I'm not paying attention.
What's the word?
Shout out to Skylar and Steven. Sorry, they asked in the chat if somebody could shout them out, so I did.
Oh,
To Mr. Naughty.
yeah.
Mr. Naughty. Mr. Naughty's the word. Oh, there he
Somebody
is.
said this show is the huge cans. Yes, so Mr. Naughty is now. Mr. Naughty, I know that we did it before, Zeb, but we're going to do that one again. Mr. Naughty's.
Oh, we did this?
Oh,
we
no,
did
but
this one already?
We did MR. This is
Yeah, but-
Mr.
Yeah, you
Oh,
have to
okay.
Spell it out. Spell out Mr.
Okay, so this one's working. I was wondering why we were getting so few entries. That's how you learn. Look, when it's not a professional thing. This is not a podcast or live. This is not how it's supposed to be done. So, you said you're a new YouTuber. So I gave you very good advice about DaVinci Resolve. That was great advice. Best deal that you'll get anywhere. Live stream. This is not the way. So you find someone else. Check Nick Niman's channel. He does a great job. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, we've got 340, 341. Is that enough?
Let's hold it for 20
And-
more seconds.
And the winner will send a message to Victoria on Discord. Is that how it works?
Yes, please. On the help desk, just open a ticket and so you don't have to look for me.
And if you guys aren't on Discord, which many of you are not, because we have fewer than this many members, you should check it out. It's a lot of fun. Be part of the community. It's free.
Yep.
It is free. And so
But these Hecklefish for President mugs, these are not free, but they're not expensive. But it is a great way to support the channel if you go to shop.thewildfiles.com. Mr. Naughty's not for sale yet, but we're working on the battery powered one. It's hard to find a silicone mold. Mr. Naughty is hello? Is she there?
yes, I'm here. So if you win, you get a $50 gift card to the store. So we will have some Mr. Naughty merch up in a little bit. We're still working on the designs on them. And there's Gino. He's sitting in the other room.
Mr. Naughty, I didn't even know there was a water element to it. Or a different kind of Mister. I'm sorry.
Gino, always good for the aquatic humor.
So for you guys who don't know the backstory on Mr. Naughty,
No. We don't do that.
No,
So are we ready to draw? We ready to draw? Do we need to I need to put her in a timeout. There she goes. All right, so we're gonna do
All right, let's get this on the road.
I think
Yeah,
I made a
do the
terrible
drawing.
mistake. There's Buddha, Nicole, Aaron, Buenos Tardes, Rush Rider, Eric, Josh, Amy B, Alex Gurney, Taylor Moon, Segan, Wretched Bob, Melissa Bridges, Nathan French, Mystical Sleep Dash Stories, comma R. Okay, Mystical Sleep Stories, and it's cut off. Well, congratulations.
fantastic. So
Fantastic.
Come to Discord, put a help desk ticket in.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. Very exciting. Very exciting as always. Gallia for 25 pesos. Hecklefish ring. Thanks for the fun learning hug from Mexico. Besos. Besos. Hecklefish ring is a good idea. Jeff Wallace, $10. I met William Cooper after a workshop many years ago. Last week he mentioned how he died. I thought, wow, this happens to folks like this a lot. It certainly does, doesn't it? It seems like a lot of these whistleblowers come down with bad cases of cardiac conditions, bad cases of, they get so depressed suddenly so depressed. Yeah, I'm not feeling depressed, by the way, Jeff. So if I'm not here next week, come looking for me. Jim Tyndall, thank you for the $9.99. Is it a coincidence that the year Tesla died, the 7 months later was the Philadelphia experiment? Is that true? Philadelphia experiment was 1945? Okay. Well, I don't have time to look it up. She'll yell at me if I look it up. Allegedly, Jim, that some of his research was part of that, which would make a lot of sense, right? Electromagnetism. There'd be no better person for that. All right, just checking the Applebee's menu. Joshua M. Bowers, $5. Hecklefish What I Say shirt in the Wi-Fi store. That's a good idea. And he does make me laugh when he gives me the what I say. I'm just thinking like I'm chuckling in my head. XX Tacy 1776. Augusto Memochet and I are in agreement here. No to the creepy black-eyed children, please. Don't bring that energy to our homes. All right, that's a fair way to look at it. You know, that's why we try not to mention the crab cat too much. That's how you summon them. The Raider, $5. Have you dove into Bob Lazar yet? Would love to see a thorough Wi-Fi's on it. I haven't, the Raider, because, you know, he was on Rogan recently, and how much more can I do that Joe didn't, you know, for 2 or 3 hours? You know, if I can't bring something new, I tend to avoid it. But if you want to see it, let me know. Cryptic NL says no to Lazar. I think your instincts are correct, Cryptic. Kevin Hyder, the Mr. Naughty game is over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Duane on Giants and Rockwall, Texas. Mr. Ungrateful, shout out to you. Tesla died in 1943. Yeah, so that would be right. Wandering Wolf, I hate spell check. John Lear says exit. Could be a good episode. He was an interesting guy. Son of the creator of the Learjet. He's an interesting guy, a lot of accomplishments, and a big-time whistleblower. Azriel, 1486, $10 is my first super chat and probably my last. No offense. Love your channel. I knew it was going to blow up. Congrats. Maybe do an episode on Cicada 3301 or a Canacide if you want to roll the dice. Cicada 3301 we're definitely doing. It's just a great story. Thank you for first and super chat and the last. Narissa Rizzo, £4.99 is a great episode tonight. Thanks, Narissa. Glad that you stopped by. There's Redhead for $10. I don't know why she calls herself that. If you and your wife are ever in Michigan, my husband and I would love to buy you guys dinner, but not Applebee's. LOL. How dare you? How dare you? Haven't you ever tried their Chinese chicken salad? Do they still call it that? That's what they used to call it back when I was there. Now it's probably the Asian chicken salad, right? Can you even you can say Chinese still or no?
You can,
I don't know.
but they probably call it their Mandarin chicken salad or something now.
Right, they wouldn't call it the Chinese chicken salad because I don't know the rules. I have no hate in my heart. I just don't know the rules of what I'm allowed to say. So can I say?
Yeah, you can say it.
Whoa, you want to ease up on your opinions there, sport?
Whoa. What was that?
No, I don't understand any of this. Maybe someone can punch me in the face and see if that helps.
We're gonna have to do standing by. Well, I fix that. And why we're Applebee's. Paul, $5. You know you can do surveys in the live stream chat, right? I do know that, Paul. I just have. Oh, hang on, they're going crazy.
It's you too.
It's you too.
Hi, Murray. Oops.
Hello. Let's see. Internet is clipping. Had too much Belvedere. Stories about the black-eyed kids creep me out. They do. I don't like them at all. I'm going to let me just read through some of these. Paul says, AJ, you can do surveys in the live stream chat, right? No, I did not know that. We're gonna have to look into that. We've talked about doing a lot of extra fun stuff with the live streams. We're gonna keep going. They're gonna get more and more exciting, even more exciting than this as we move along. Thank you, Paul. Let's see. Mr. Ballin for $5 got his blue check. He says, I am not the real John Allen. Next week's episode, people will forget. Probably so. Let us know, though, what your first name really is, so we can, because you're not John. What do we call you? Mandalore 42 for $50. Whoa. Hecklefish would sing, I'm a fish, but he's not here, so.
Should we?
So we can just dance like he's singing. That would be exciting. Found you when looking for the History Channel when you were at 1.04 million. Now I have my husband watching your family on the After Files, recruiting Y Files, one family member at a time. You are awesome. Thank you so much, Mandalore 42. And Y Files spelled that way. That's a T-shirt that I'm working on as well. I'm gonna write that one down. Y Files. Okay. Enough is enough for $5 a whatever that is. Andy Wilkerson just said, I joined late. Where is AJ? Andy, he's fixing his audio. So you have Mrs. Y Files and
Victoria.
Top mod Y Files. Victoria, who is helping. Somebody said Y Files. That's right. Enough is enough. Gothic glyphs in Australia. Egyptian seafaring. Love your stuff, mate. Honest and very well researched every time. Cannot help but watch to the end always. Yes, these are both topics that we have that have come in on the tips line. So
No, Victoria Files.
No, Victoria Files. DJ, $100. Thank you again, DJ. Sebastian is 11 today. No, the most amazing cult I've ever been a part of. Thank you, David, very, very much. And happy birthday again, Sebastian. We sang happy birthday to Sebastian if you're a Patreon, if you go over to Patreon and you join at Orange Belt or above every Thursday before we do the premiere, AJ does an AMA, a live AMA with all the Patreons for a half hour before the episode. So go join us on Patreon and then come hang out. Sink beans for $1.99. Thoughts on Michael Peterson, the guy from the staircase, on if he killed his wife or not, because he totally did. That was a fascinating documentary. If you guys have not watched that on Netflix, watch it. That's probably one that we will cover on the What Files, which is going to be true crime. And we're working on, there he is.
Yay.
And we're working on that channel as well. But this staircase documentary, fascinating.
Is anybody getting this?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's too hot. Wait, hang on. Yeah, so the computer just crashed. It just shut off. And it lost 300 viewers.
Oh, great. You're going to blame us.
Yes.
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean that, but now that you say that, I probably shouldn't have said it. Probably should have kept that.
Hey, you're playing a dangerous game with the algorithm here, amigo.
I know. All right. So what am I missed? Are we done?
No.
You got 92 to go, bud.
Well, let's get her done then. Johnny Dangerous is back for a $10 hell of a ride. AJ and Hucklefish, keep up the great work. How about looking into my New Jersey? Oh, I already read that one. All right, hang on. Sink beans.
No.
We just did that one.
wave it off. The dude 087, $5. Hey, AJ, what are your thoughts on the 3 objects shot down? Shout out to my Loki, my ferret. I don't know, dude. I would like to. The story keeps changing about those. Well, there they go. That was weird. Kevin Morales for $5. Hey, AJ, great show. Any chance of doing the entity story? Anyways, you guys do a good job. Continued success to you all. Can't do the entity story, Kevin, because that is of a sexual nature, that particular apparition. Now, I'm not saying that story happened because, I don't believe in ghosts, but that movie is based on a true story. So we can't do that one. I touched on it a little bit in the Warrens video, though. But if you guys like really weird, creepy, awful stories about ghosts, the entity that's a creepy one. Kevin Scott, 1999, keep up the good videos. Wish I could afford more. This is for Hecklefish. How much more do I need to send you to turn you into a sushi? Oh, my goodness. I think it would taste terrible, Kevin. But appreciate the support. That's very generous of you. And thanks to all you guys who've dropped a couple of shekels in the bucket tonight. That's really keeps the channel going. It really does. I'm just reading. Hang on. Just give me a second. All right, I'm back. There's Catapulster. $20 you to Hecklefish make my day. Thank you. You're very welcome. I love to hear that. It's very nice. Hilarto, $5. Please do the Zimbabwe UFO incident of 1994. That's actually on the list because that's a really interesting one. There's a lot of coverage of that. The stories all line up. That's a good one, Hilarto. Nicely done. Friendship Lights, $4.99. Hey, AJ and team. Please give a shout out to my nephew, Johnny. Just turned 16 from Manalp from New Jersey. All right. Can everyone just...
Hey, Johnny.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
Happy birthday.
All right. There you go. Nicely done, as always. Wade Vasquez, $4.99. Our Shih Tzu George loves his new Hecklish bandana. Oh, your Shih Tzu. I'm sorry. Your Shih Tzu's name is George. Your Shih Tzu's name is George. He loves his new Hecklish bandana. Thanks for all the work, edits, production, teamwork, and magic that makes the Y Files masterpieces. Well, I'm glad you like them, Wade, but masterpieces, you can check out some of those early ones. Yeesh. Joe Fall, $5. As a family who homeschools, we let our 4, 7, 11-year-old kids watch you, mainly to teach critical thinking. Look, when I say don't let kids watch the channel, I don't mean homeschool kids. That's because that's a whole different... Homeschool kids are already smarter than adults. So they can do... If like your 7-year-old, I would let him have a martini while he watches the show. What? I'll get her out of... Get the teetotaler out of there. What I'm saying is they're more mature. That's all I'm saying. And I'm joking, of course.
I know you're joking.
She knows. I won $59.99. Is Epstein too political? Too soon? Not a mystery. The people deserve to know, and who better than you? Consider it anyway. Love your channel. Rock and roll from Pittsburgh. We love Pittsburgh. It's not that it's so. It's not specifically political about the parties because they all went there. It's political in that the people that are involved in that story are the most powerful people in the country. And look, they do murders. These people on that list do murders, right? Yeah, see, Jen agrees. She agrees. But maybe on Rumble we can do it. But I-150, that would be one of the few stories that would make me nervous. Honestly, I'm not nervous about the UFO stuff, that the Men in Black are coming. If you someone out there, you work for Navy intelligence, I'm not impressed. But the story about Epstein, that would frighten me. Wookiee Sasquatch is a great name for $2. What happened to Tesla's tower in New York? Still there? It is not still there. It's his workshop, his building is still there. It's boarded up. You can't go in. And inside his workshop is actually a biohazard. So you can only go there with the groundskeeper in a hazmat suit. It's a crazy thing. The tower was torn down for scrap because he couldn't pay the mortgage on the tower. He begged JP Morgan for money. This was 03, 04, 05, 06, somewhere around there. He begged JP Morgan for money and said, I'm going to lose the tower. I'm going to lose everything. And JP Morgan ignored him. And JP Morgan actually at the same time that he was not supporting Tesla, he supported Marconi and Edison with funding. So that's what happened to the tower. No mas. Nathan Majorana, $4.99. Ever think about making Velcro patches? I would love to rock a tinfoil hat, hecklefish patch on my body armor I wear for work. Oh, okay. Now I see. I had to connect it all. You mean for patch? That's it'd be a cool idea. At first I thought you meant like tinfoil hat pat, like you would patch it on there, but yeah, Nathan is, I guess, you're working SWAT, EMS, Special Forces, body armor every day. He's working SWAT. Mr. Ballin's back. Hey, Johnny, big fan. Look at how quickly AJ debunked me. Hey, it wasn't a super duper stretch, Mr. Ballin, to debunk you. But hey, I appreciate you dropping the tips in the bucket. Stacy Serrano, $4.99. Really enjoyed tonight's episode. Always think that a lot of incidents are government experiment.
Hi, Stacy. That's my cousin.
Oh, this is cousin Stacy.
It's cousin Stacy.
Well, look how excited you are.
I know.
Okay. Well, she really enjoyed. Are you excited that Stacy's here as well? Yep. See, everyone, look, it's contagious. Look, Gino, Stacy's here. Yep, there he goes. So, I mean, everyone really raising the roof.
Karma's even coming in to say hi.
Karma's excited. She's on the other side. There she is. All right, Stacy. Look, you had a whole house full of people very excited. Always think that a lot of incidents are government experiments that are fluffed off as meteors or UFOs. Well, if you watched earlier the YouTube video that, how did it go? Rick Overton sent it to Gino, who sent it to me. Right? Is that how it worked? Like, I told Brant, and Brant told me. Right? Is that how that worked? No,
That's how it worked.
No, he told Brant, and he told me. So yeah, so Stacey, you could be right. There was definitely something in that video. And look, I'm the skeptic believer, I'm the open-minded skeptic. Whatever. I don't watch these videos and be like, oh, of course, aliens. Like, that's Gino. That's Gino.
It's aliens. Come on.
It's always aliens with Gino. I'm like, no, that's definitely a dog. He's like, nope, that's an alien. I'm like, it's wearing a dog tag, and a person is walking it. He's like, nope, alien. Like, we'll have the argument. So I'm not that guy, but that video was compelling. Justin Munsell, $4.99. I want a private dance. All right. Victoria, would you mind?
Mind what? Oh, a private dance. Sure. Let me get right on that after I talk to my mods. Oh, dear God.
Sorry, Justin. I tried. Jazz, thank you for the $19.99. I really appreciate that. Supporting the channel. Hang on, is that Chaz saying? Oh, let me see. Oh, that's Will Ferrell. I think is that Will Ferrell or is that Chaz?
It's Will Ferrell. He played Chaz. His character's name was Chaz in whatever movie
Oh,
that
in
was.
Wedding Crashers.
Yes.
Right? Was that what it was?
Yeah, or the one he was like trying to relive his college years and ran naked down the street.
Oh, that wasn't Wedding Crashers.
I can't remember the name of that one. But
We have to call it. They'll know in the chat. Paul Gleason, thank you for the $5. Hang on one second. I think we have can't tell. It looks like, is that a Marine? Semper, Paul. John Hitta for $5. AJ, I have to talk about the faces of CERN. I have to look into that one, John. CERN stories are good for clicks and for B-roll, but I don't know enough about the faces about that. Teach for $5 with rocking the avatar of Grogu. When are you going to do an Anunnaki video? I think we have Anunnaki coming on the list. I'm going to touch on it a little this week. Teach.
it's on the list. The movie was called Old School.
Movie was called Old School. Anunnaki on YouTube will get a context warning, so that's annoying. But we have to do it. We have to do it. Gru Bleen. Blue green. For $10 Canadian. My dog Peyton ran into the room wondering why he called. Peyton, you want a cookie? You want a cookie? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Here's Paul for $5. AJ has gone from the lead man to just a pretty face. That's not surprising, but you know, it comes for us all, Paul. Daniel Scurry for 1999. How about the exorcism of Emily Rose and the story that inspired it? Maybe.
It's a good one. I mean,
I know.
don't-
I'm just there's a couple of problems with it. One is my belief. I have to invest more into it. And two is YouTube is not going to like it so much. But it's a good story.
Annalise something was her real name.
Annalise something. There she goes. DJ has had PIA for 5 years. Well, I'm sorry. They make a cream for that, DJ. Amy B, $10. It's sadly joking, of course. He's talking about private internet access, the sponsor of tonight's episode. It's just the way it was phrased. It sounded like he had some kind of like conjunctivitis or something and needed an unguent.
Good joke.
Got to work unguent in there. Had sadly missed out on the live vids about the Georgia Guidestones, but is super excited to see RC's book brought up. Have you looked into Ede Lead Scanlon and the Court Castle? Sending lots of love, Amy B. We covered Lead Scanlon a little bit in the video about acoustic levitation. So we did a chapter on him, and I actually found video of him using the machines. So I know the stories are that he used radio frequencies or some type of technology to lift the rocks. He probably didn't. He probably just used leverage. So I did find some videos of that, but he's a super interesting guy. And he really did build all that stuff himself. Even if he used machines, it's amazing. So yeah, Amy, I covered it a little in that video. But maybe we can do some more on it. A lot of people asked for that one. But DJ's back. PIA, best VPN ever. They know exactly what I do every day. Just kidding. No logs. They don't know anything. All right. Another shout out to the sponsor. I don't think they're watching, DJ, but I appreciate you getting my back on that. Ryan Doherty for $5. Love your channel. Can you give a shout out to Death Valley Dreams on YouTube? Everyone go check out Death Valley Dreams on YouTube right now. Open a new tab, though. Don't. I'm like, it's got to be better than this, though. Go check it out. I don't care. You know what? Joking, of course. Sir Steamboat for $5. I want to see Hecklefish at Burj Khalifa or I Ain't Happy. He's the marketing guy in the team. A god amongst men, a good fish also. I don't know if we can make that happen. But we're going to try. Paul for $10.
Tippity-doo-dah, tippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of money coming my way. Tippity-doo-dah, tippity-yay.
Darknet, I'd be very interested if you uncovered anything more interesting than identity theft and illegal images, i.e. what most people think of when they think Darknet. Oh, yes, Paul. Much more darker than that. Identity theft and illegal images is child's play for what goes on down there. Ernst Esteban, $5. Do you know anything about the HARP research facility? I do. Recently found your channel, loving all your videos. Yeah, we're going to cover HARP. If that's not on our list, Jenny, it should be probably on the short list. The HARP project is refers to mind control, weather control. It's facility. It's a story that's been around for a long, long time. So lots of good stuff. Very good suggestion, Ernest Esteban. Craig Bragg is back for $10 Canadian. Glad to hear your pro-free speech. Got an inkling of your politics in your previous video. YouTube must be frustrating. It is. If you're only getting an inkling of my politics, then I'm probably doing my job right. There was an article about the channel not too long ago that said, I can't figure out AJ's politics. He's either a post-leftist or some kind of weird libertarian. To that I say, yes. Annika Ray for 500 of those. Great episode. What do you think about the Angel of Mons? I've seen very few videos about it. I hope you can present an awesome Wi-Fi's version of the legend. I've never heard of that one. Annika, you have to send that to the tips line because I'd like to learn about that myself. Filthy Bay. What does that mean? What's Filthy Bay? I mean, I like it. It's got some stank on it. All right. Can you do a show about Hellier, the story of Hellier creatures and investigation in the documentary Facts in Your Opinion? I'll have to look into that, Filthy Bay.
It's good.
Sounds like Flint, Michigan. They got a filthy bay there.
And Gino doing some environmental humor. Always good for environmental humor. That's Gino. There he goes. Christina Hinks, $5. Peyton has heard worse from me. Believe me, LOL. The whole family watches you. Hey, Hinkses. Oh, look at the Hinkses over there. Your name is fun to say. Hinkses. There's Jamie Grady. Look at the adorable photo. Look, everybody look right now. 7,500 people is looking at Jamie's face. My husband and I watch together every Thursday. Wi-Files makes for a great birthday watch. Happy birthday, Alex. Love you. We love you too, Alex. We love you so, so much. Yes.
So apparently her name is Bay, and she got fired once for having a filthy mouth. And so
Oh, is that what it is?
the name kind of stuck, she says.
I love it. I love it. Filthy Bay. There she goes. Sophia Luna. I think that means wise moon. In Greek, yes. $10. My husband loves your show. Can you give him a shout out to Robert Visser? Hey, Robert. Thanks for watching. You got a pretty good lady there. Midvestribal 2. I love this. Going live and getting more in-depth into topics, learning more about your team, connecting with the community. Amazing. I'm glad you like it. We do all those things. We dive deeper. We learn more about the team. We connect, but it's not professional. This is not the way live streams are supposed to be done. So there's Crawl, $4.99. Rumor has it there's a hitman that looks a lot like Hecklefish on the dark web. There could be. There could be. John Meitzner, $5 super sticker. Thanks, John. Pete King, $10 an episode on your thoughts on Bob Lazar. I think we covered him earlier. And in case you missed it, I don't know if I can bring anything new to that story. If enough people request it, I will. But when we talked about Lazar, whenever that was, 3-4 hours ago in the live chat, there was a lot of no's because it's been covered. And I'm not. It's not a lazy answer to say I don't think I can bring anything new. Like I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. I'm not sure I believe him though. So that's it's hard to go into an episode like that skeptical. Anyway, I'm trying to get through these last ones, so I don't want to go off into a tangent. But Borland Robertson for the Mark of the Beast wants to know, can you have the Patreon go to YouTube or Vivo so I can stream them on my Google crap? Love your show on the community. It sounds like a technical request, but I don't know what it means. Have the Patreon go to YouTube or Vivo. Oh, the videos on Patreon? You want those to go to YouTube or Vivo? I don't think we can do that. Maybe you can cast from the Patreon player. I don't think you can. That's something that they introduced not that long ago, and it's not awesome. So I don't think we can do that yet. But I'm going to look into that for you. Borland Robertson, Mark of the Beast. Mark Beeman for $20.
What the fish needs now are tips, sweet tips. They're the only thing to bring a smile to my little lips. Or buy a shirt, a mug, or a hat. If it's easier, just click the super chat.
What are your thoughts on Havana syndrome? Is there enough there for an episode? I covered it quite a bit very, very early on in the channel. I think the episode is called The Fear Frequency. So I don't know if I do it again because I covered it a lot. It wasn't like a throwaway. I covered it a lot. I think it's real. I don't think it's anything paranormal. I think it's a microwave weapon, which I talked about a little bit last week or this week. I think it's a microwave weapon. I think it's being deployed by Chinese Secret Service, Russian Secret Service, and the Cuban Secret Service. But I believe it's definitely real. Chaz is back for $9.99. Did you see the slow-mo enhanced video on YouTube that shows the meteor in Russia getting split by UFO before impact? That's the simulation theory at work. Because not only did I see it, I saw it for the first time an hour ago. As he told Brant, and Brant told me, and then you told me.
And I mean, it's obvious. You've seen it with your own eyes. We know that it's aliens. We watched them save the Earth right there.
Flint, Michigan, folks. Flint, Michigan from Gino. The Soothing Waves, Alex Mandeli, $5. This is for Hecklefish. Buy him some good food. We love you both. Great channel. Look, I'm only teasing it. It's a very compelling video. It really was.
Mm-hmm. I
Is
thought
Rick
so.
still? Does Rick have anything else for us?
Well, he said he'd like to get together to talk about some stuff.
In the private chat, Gino, Brother Wi-Fi's more spy stories. Uh-oh, I clicked the wrong button and I lost. Hang on. You got to carry. No, I'm just kidding. I got it. More spy stories I'd like to do more. You know, our graph looks like this, and then I do a spy story, and it does that, and then we do a UFO story. It goes the spy stories for some reason, people are just not watching them. They're among my favorite. Like, there's an episode about the embassy thing incident, which is a fascinating story about how the KGB, they gave the American embassy a gift in Moscow. It was a wooden carving, and it went on the ambassador's wall in his office. It was there for 7 years. It was a bug, but it didn't run on any electricity. It was only powered by what the KGB would do is they would park outside and they would fire high energy radio waves at the office. And there was a small metallic receiver inside this wooden carving of, it was like the president's seal or Americans, whatever is the seal, not a seal like with the fins, the seal like with the bird. So they fire the frequency and it would resonate inside this hollow cavity, and they could hear everything. For 7 years, it was there. Conversations with President Eisenhower, the senators. Fascinating story. I'm getting excited about it. Nobody watched. Aaron, whoop.
His son's name is Liam. I just wanted to add that before you read it. Go ahead.
Oh, Aaron Leslie, 1999. I love the new episode. My son Liam turns on Saturday. Currently has COVID. Oh no, he watches your show with me and would think it would be awesome if you got a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Liam!
Happy birthday!
Could you guys say happy birthday to Liam?
Happy birthday, Liam.
What is she eating there? What do you got?
Tasty Zeppelis.
All right.
What is that?
You missed out on a good dinner tonight.
Got Zeppelis. All right. Well, that's fine. Happy birthday, Liam. I'm going to have some birthday Applebee's in your honor. Eric Smith, $20. Shout out from Montello, Wisconsin. Love all the back and forth banter. Hecklefish rules. I'm glad you like it, Eric. I could do with less of it. Paul for $10. Shop at thewifiles.com. Big plugs from Paul. Shop at thewifiles.com. That's where you can get to.
I would do for a merch plug, you know.
I'm on it. Hecklefish for President mug. Those aren't that. These you can fist these, by the way. Those are not that expensive. And the Fear the Crab Cat. There's T-shirts. I would call up the store so I can show you some stuff, but we had that hiccup earlier with my computer crash, so I'm not set up for it. I'm bare bones on this side right now. That's why I can't do screen shares, nothing, because this is not professional. This is not how to run a live stream. It's we're not. No one's learning anything from this. Is not how to do it. I'm embarrassed. What do we keep going?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish.
All right. That's what she said. Spirit Travels for $6.99 Canadian. Aaron Leslie, thank you for the $19.99. I'm a dummy. My son's name is Liam. Well, that's a fact. Is that a picture of him in your avatar there? He's a handsome fella. I guess he looks like his dad. Is that what that is? Is that Liam in the picture there?
I think so.
All right. Actually, it looks like a horse.
It's a horse.
Oh, so it's not Liam. It's a horse.
No, you can't have Zeppelis.
All right. And she can't have Zeppelis, apparently. Peckerwood for $10. How did this one slip through?
I didn't see it.
How did this one get it wouldn't let me say the show is the tits, but Peckerwood, he's just all over the channel.
All over.
Any update on Hecklefish making a guest appearance on Friday Night Tights? I don't know. I haven't heard from Gary Peckerwood, but he would make an appearance on there. He'd be probably better on Gary's paranormal show. Talking about Nerdrotic. Luis Raimundo, $4.99. Wi-Files is the best YouTube channel. Thank you for everything you all do. Also waiting for that Hollow Earth Agartha video. That's oh,
On the short
did you
list.
did you have a snack? Because your looks like your blood sugar.
No, I'm starving. Keep going.
She's giving me the everybody's eating.
I'm sitting here watching Jen eat.
She's making me hungry. You know what? Maybe I'll just you guys take over for about 10 minutes while I order Applebee's.
No.
Thanks, Luis, and thank you for supporting the channel. There's Sketchy Guy Nevada. Loves the channel. Would love some feedback on his YouTube channel website. Look at these great mugs from Sketchy Guy. We're gonna cover Sketchy. We're gonna cover channels on the Backstage Wi-Fi's channel soon. I don't know how soon, but we're gonna do those. I used to do kind of channel reviews on the live stream. I got in a little trouble for that, so I don't want to do that right now. Paul is back for $10. Remember when Stopes was trustworthy? Yeah, I mean, never was. Never was. Remember when PolitiFact told the truth? Yeah, me neither. Mark Lehman from 199. What is your hand gestures at the origin in your sign off? That is the Shaolin Kempo salutation. Martial arts, big part of my life. So that's what that is. It's not a Mason symbol. It's it's not some occult thing. I'm not summoning a demon or crab cat or anything like that. Jules Fontenot is back for $5. Me and my triplet brothers were born minutes after Challenger explosion. See show This Is Us. LOL. Well, weird coincidence. Triplets. Wow. That does a number on the mom's body, doesn't it?
I would assume so.
That just does a number on a business, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's a
Triplets
long
is a
day.
lot.
That's a long
It's a
day.
long day.
All right. We're not going to get into the medical procedure or any of that, right?
Do you want me to explain it in detail?
Actually,
I got a no from the other room, so
Gino, he was on deck to explain the birds and the bees. I would like to hear him do that, but yeah, I'm getting the head shake. I mean, as Gino was gearing up for it, the viewers went up by 50. People were like, "Oh, hang on, that's Dick. What's this guy's name?"
His last name's Hertzer.
I mean, what is
I'm
this
not
guy's
reading
name?
it all out loud.
No, don't say it. Don't say
I'm not.
Dick Hertzer, thanks for the 1999. Dick Hertzer, everybody. Dick Hertzer, 1999. Thank you for the great videos and thank you for the 1999. Dick Hertzer, indeed. Hilshire, 499. Have you looked into Coral's Castle and how Edward Leeds Scanlon actually built it on his own? Might be interesting. I covered that in the acoustic levitation video and 10 minutes ago on this video as well. So take a look at that. If enough people want to see a deeper dive on it, I will happily do that, but it is not a paranormal story as is the legend. It's just a guy who worked hard. Tony's Theory, 499. Did you ever cover Tesla's electric car he made from parts at Radio Shack? I didn't know that he had made that. I didn't know Radio Shack was even existed then. John Michaels for $20. Love your show. Discovered about a month ago and binged all the episodes. We love a binger. Currently working through the live after shows while excitedly waiting for my Wi-Fi's merch to arrive. Now, see this John Michaels. This is the guy. This right?
Yes.
Jenny. This is he's binging the episodes. He's watching the live streams. I don't know why anyone watches this. This is not a professional thing, but they watch. And he's buying the merch like this. He's going on shop.thewifiles.com to find it too. Believe you me. Wretched Rob, $4.99. Everyone, look at his avatar. Look how wretched he is in that avatar. Angry. His eyes are piercing my soul. You have soul-piercing eyes, Wretched Bob. My wife saw her first video the other day. Her first comment was, "Why does the fish have a New York accent?" I said, "That is your first question, LOL, also Harp. Harp is coming, Wretched Bob, and that's hilarious." That was your wife's question. very early on in the channel, there was a comment that made me laugh when I read it, and it was a guy who was a fan of the channel, and so he called his wife over to watch, and she's just watching, and she's like, I don't, she's just watching, and then the fish started talking, and she like freaked out, threw the popcorn, didn't see it coming, but that's how he is, he just sneaks up.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems a bit fishy to me.
Puns. Jesse Hicks, thank you for $4.99. Last super chat. We need an updated video on the Denver airport conspiracy. Also, Deepin says, hi, hey, Deepin. Denver airport's coming, I promise. I really promise. Mike Thomas, $10. I was a Fingers Metal Shop listener forever. Yo, Fingers.
Fingers.
You remember Fingers, right?
Of course, he was the best.
Fingers was a radio legend on WBAB. And a super nice guy. And everything he says on the air, for you Fingers fans, is all true. He rides the Harley into the studio every day. He's got the hippie gray hair, the rings, and he's pretty good on the Git fiddle. Cariaso $5. Based on what I've seen with similarly sized beam of light in the sky, I question, would there be a blast radius outside of the beam radius of 800 feet? It's a deep question. It probably wasn't a blast of energy that caused that in Tunguska. It probably was a meteor air burst because of kind of what you're alluding to there. It would look a little different. It would be a lot weirder. Joe P, $10. Any conspiracy theory can become fact. All they have to do is change the code in the simulation. Fear the crab cat with the emojis. Yeah. Any conspiracy can become the truth. All you need to do is wait. Dick Hertzer is back. Dick Hertzer, everybody. Dick Hertzer is here for $19.99. Dick Hertzer.
Yay.
Big yay from the ladies on the panel. Children's past life memories or mediumship would be some great episodes. If you've covered it already, there's enough evidence for a part 2 for sure. I have covered those a bit. Some of the stories I've challenged, but there were a couple of compelling ones. I can't remember the episode where I covered them, though. I guess you'll have to watch them all. Dick Hertzer. Dick Hertzer. Dick Hertzer. Paul is back for $5. I spam the After Files chat with links to the episode before/during the episode's premiere. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Paul? I appreciate the spam. I'm just, because we're less than 30. We're almost there. I see the daylight. I see Applebee's in my very near future. Maybe we got to get that going now. You don't mind. It's only going to be a second. Hang on. Grubhub. You know what? I could probably get through a couple of these first.
Ordering now?
Legend had it. Sada was destroyed by an airburst. That's interesting. I hadn't heard that. Not destroyed by the wrath of God, huh? Sodom and Gomorrah make a great episode. I don't know if anyone would click on it, but it'd be. I got to mix in some more biblical stories. Don't we? We have one on the short list, don't we? Connecting the Bible to ancient Egypt, I think would be fun.
Yep.
There she is, always pithy, right to the point. Space Ghost Calamari, a delicious appetizer. Shout out from the PNW and our elusive tree octopus. Love your channel, and ended up getting several coworkers and friends hooked on your channel. It's amazing to see how far your channel have progressed. Keep it up. The channel's progressed, but the live streams, they ain't getting any better. This is it.
Stop.
They don't like when I do that, but I'm joking, of course. How do you say that?
Nor Ilahi?
Ilahi.
Ilahi?
Who are you voting for in the 2024 election? Lizard people or the Daystrom M5 artificial intelligence? I guess I'd have to go for AI over that. But I can tell you this, whether it's lizard people or Daystrom, those two candidates will be better than the other two that you're going to see in 24. I'll tell you that. The Man Broski for $10. I'm autistic, and this channel is the best thing I've ever come across. Shout out to the friendly community, too. We have the best community. Big hearts from Victoria. Yeah, there they go. Denver Good Faith Guide, 1122. JFK plot and its connection to the secret medical lab mutating monkey viruses with the linear particle accelerator. My uncle wrote Dr. Mary's Monkey, email coming soon. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a good email. I'm looking forward to that. Because JFK, I want to cover that one, but my version didn't have no monkeys in it. Cowboy MF 101 for $20. Money for the guppy payments. Cheers to the Wi-Fi's crew. You guys are fantastic. Gino needs a shave.
Hi, pretty girl.
Okay. And thanks, Cowboy MF 101. You know who else is a cowboy?
I'm a goldfish. In a steel bowl I swim. I wanted a tip.
Psychogenic 999. Fear the Crab Cat with the hashtag going. Love it. Philip C. Sandoval 999. Your Colombian subscriber wants to know if you like real Colombian coffee. If you know what I mean. If you mean what I mean, then yes, I do indeed. Thanks for your amazing work. Unless you mean coffee.
Yes, he means coffee.
Oh, no. What I'm doing about it for $20. I lost 155 pounds without surgery, gym membership, or crash diets. I created this channel to share my story and try to help others if possible. Shameless plug, I know. Thank you for the entertaining content. Everyone go see what I'm doing about it. And I guess that's a skinny what I'm doing about it in the avatar. Congratulations on that. That's hard to lose that weight. Took me like 6 months to lose my COVID weight. Tuna.
I know. We talked about it on
Tuna.
Yeah.
60 days straight, I ate nothing but tuna. I didn't say it was good. It was effective.
He can take your temperature with his finger now because he has so much mercury inside him. But other than that, it was fantastic. You know what I mean.
Does anybody out there want me to take their temperature with my finger? And Pat Davis, thank you for the $20. We're going to use that to buy some lubricant. Thank you for creating such a great show. You're funny as the straight man, and Hecklefish is such a great and fantastically convoluted character. He is convoluted, Pat. That is true. That's certainly correct. Winter Mute for $10 loves the show. Look forward to it every Thursday. I had to call my therapist for the week you missed. The Otis J is a good channel too. I never heard of the Otis J, but I'll check that out. Sorry you had to call your therapist, but I hope that went okay. I promise to never leave you again. Kristen Sandoval 999, amazing channel. Always looking forward to your new episodes. Shout out to Lord Hecklefish. He's a strict but fair Lord. Wesley Stelzer. I'm not the only one to screw that up, Wesley. $10. Found your channel a few weeks ago. Tore through all your episodes and was completely engrossed. Engrossed is good, right? He doesn't mean that I'm gross.
No.
Excellent production, and congrats to the whole team for an outstanding product. Thanks so much, Wesley, and I'm glad you found the channel. Welcome to the Madhouse. Check out Discord. I'll leave you a link. Yeah, there you go. And Twitter. Hang on, I'll put it down here. What else? There you go. I think that's in the chat. I can't tell. I'm bare bones here. I'm bare bones. Synchronicity, trademarked, $10 Canadian. After Files gets better all the time. Great work, crew. Why Files is always aces. Edgar Casey is my vote. So I guess it is getting better. All right. They are so lost in their jazz hands that they can't even speak, which is fine. Woody's Geek Channel, $10. How does your wife look more stunning with each episode? Just curious. Well,
thank you. That's very nice.
Well, could you go ahead and take us through your routine? Yeah. Paul's back for 1, 2, 3, 4. Take an alien hunting vacation. Ugh. That would just be, it was more work, Paul. We don't go somewhere fun. Stephanie Leanne Myers, thank you for the super sticker. That's very generous of you. Chris Werfel, $10. Recent quotes by Dr. Stephen Greer and Neil deGrasse Tyson were perfectly put. Have you considered topics on parallel or multiverse theories, including intelligent life and the Kardashev scale? Covered the Kardashev scale very early on the channel. It's a rough watch. But Hecklefish has some fun lines in it. It was a rocky start. The writing was fine. It was just a rocky start. I do want to do parallel or multiverse theories. I've held off on it because simulation theory is still kind of up there and people are still watching it. And it's very similar to that. But that's coming. And that's going to be the rolled into the many worlds is quantum mechanics interpretation. That's on the list, right? The many worlds interpretation. Okay.
It will be now.
All right. Dixon Smith, $20. Always great show. I built a Tesla coil for a school science project, shot lightning from my fingers to the classroom ceiling. What a blast. So where are Tesla's missing trunks of research? What he's referring to is that Tesla had numbered his, they were boxes, not like swim trunks, not in his underwear. They're boxes of his research. And they were numbered. I forget how many there were. Let's say there were 80. There were a lot. But only 50 or 60 of them have been found. And we know they were numbered because in his journals, he says that it was there. But for some reason, he dies, right? And within 90 seconds, the FBI is there checking on him. They were in the building somehow. So what the government, not the government, but what has been said is that the FBI is safeguarding the research so it wouldn't fall into the hands of the communists. So, these are things that are done to protect your freedom, Dixon. They lie to you to protect your freedom. JDK for $10. How about a harsh but fair Hecklefish shirt? Cool to see the BMF clip when you mentioned VR. I didn't know that you played that. Strict but fair. Leon Ambrose is back for $13. My girlfriend, Sephia is a new fan. Our Thursday nights are with you all, Y-Files and Hecklefish. We look forward to watching every week. Well, I look forward to seeing that outstanding avatar every week, Leon Ambrose. And you got one of those shirts for Sophia as well, I'm assuming, right? If not, you can get them from shop.theyfiles.com. Support your favorite YouTube channel or this one. Rush Rider 13, $5. Can we get an in-person Y-Files YCon 23?
Yeah! Yep.
YCon 23.
On it.
Oh.
We're working on it.
All right. Well, we'll see. I mean, look, we'll just do a live version of this. What could possibly go wrong? But I jest, of course, we are working on that. Do something live. The challenge I'm having is what to do besides just the show to make it fun for you guys. But yeah, we're working on doing something live, and if I had to guess, and I could be wrong, but Austin would probably be our first stop because the Vulcan is offered to host us. So that would probably be our first stop, but who knows? Where's I haven't read a Paul in a while. He's got to be there. He is. You should spend a week in the desert with the mods and top Patreons and some tequila. Look for aliens and secret helicopters and studs. Well, Paul, you and I would be the only studs, but we can. That's probably be a good time. I think we'd do that. Gino, can you get us some peyote? I'll take that as a maybe. Quantum Sledgehammer 559. We'll take it as a maybe. Agent, another excellent episode that I didn't know anything about. Just one question: how many elves really do constitute a buttload? I don't know. A murder of elves is 30, right? And then let's see, an unkindness of elves is 45. Right? It's an unkindness. That's what that's called.
Yes. A buttload is like, I think 30 elves shy of a metric shit ton.
A metric shit ton. What is she doing? Off the rails. It's because she ate a bowl of donuts, and now the blood sugar, and she's chewing the nicotine gum, and bonkers.
Oh, I put
Bonkers.
caramel on the Zeppeli
And-
too.
and caramel on the
Oh.
bucket of donuts. Before I couldn't say the show is the tits, and now she's over there going, "Oh, it's a shit ton. It's a shit ton." But I don't. But Quantum Sledgehammer, I don't think he pronounces it elves. I think he calls them elfs. J6VEOS. Thank you for the $20. Oh, we're almost at the bottom here. What time is it? Oh boy, we got to get Applebee's going, huh? Christopher Sigurdsson. I feel like AJ made 20 inappropriate Hecklefish songs for everyone we see. LOL. You would be correct, Christopher. A lot of the stuff doesn't make it onto the show. All right, so that's it, everybody. If you want to say a quick goodbye, you could do that now.
One more giveaway.
Giveaway.
Oh, we got to do a giveaway. Oh, shiza. All right.
Oh, you can't because
I'm
computer's
bare
all down, right?
bones. Yeah, I'm bare bones.
Scuba Doo just asked if your mercury finger helps to identify the number of elves.
And look, and after I check your temperature with my mercury finger, I will let you smell my finger. That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for stopping by the After Files. This is what we do. It's usually a lot of fun. I mean, we took a poll last week, and 88% of people who watch had a great time. So I'm glad you stuck around with us for 3 hours and 60 minutes. Thanks to everybody who sent in super chats and super stickers. That stuff really, really does help. I know I joke about the merch. I'm not going to plug it, but all that stuff really helps keep the channel going and keeps the team happy. So I'm glad you're out there. Appreciate you sticking around for as long as you have. And I'll see you next week. And Hecklefish will take us out.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I swam down each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all, it's all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a fish? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of what kneels. Our record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for the Wild Files House Band. You guys sounded great tonight. And take care of those waitresses, will you? All right. Everybody get home safe. This is Hecklefish. And you know what? I did it my way.